moving fast
and your brain's moving slow.
You talk too much.
You never shut up.
I said you talk too much.
Homeboy, you never shut up.
You're the instigator,
The orator of the town.
you're the worst when you converse.
Just a
Big mouth,
clown.
you talk when you're awake.
I heard you talk when you sleep.
Has anyone ever told you
That talk is cheap.
you talk too much?
You never shut up.
I said you talk too much.
Homeboy, you never shut up.
Talking is the one thing
That you can do best.
you told the cavity creeps.
To watch out for crests.
You never have the story,
Right and exact.
and then you always try to bore me.
With your yakety yak.
You talk too much.
And then you never shut up.
I said you talk too much.
Homeboy, you never shut up.
Every day you are out fighting someone in the street.
And you're always fighting someone you know you can't beat.
Then you wonder how.
You gotten this mad.
Just think of what you said.
Then take a guess.
You talk too much.
You never shut up.
I said you talk too much.
Homeboy, you never shut up.
You're always spreading rumors.
Whether bad or good.
You're the damn Walter,
Cronkite of the neighborhood.
the Barbara Walter.
And the Howard Coast sound.
You always come around.
With the story to tell.
You talk too much.
And then you never shut up.
I said you talk too much.
Homeboy, you never shut up. I said it's everybody's business that you love to mind.
And talking to you,
It's like dropping a dime.
you're spreading the word.
Like it is your job.
You should be a stool pigeon.
Who works for the mob.
You talk too much. I said you talk too much.
Homeboy, you never shut up. A big blabber mouth.
That's what you are.
If you a talk show host,
You'd be a star.
I said your mouth is big, size extra large.
And when you open it,
It's like my garage.
you talk too much.
And then you never shut up.
I said you talk too much.
Homeboy, you never shut up. You always like to gossip, just like a girl.
You talk so damn much.
It's out of this world.
When you're reincarnated,
In your second life,
you won't be a man.
you'll be a nagging wife.
You talk too much.
Then you never shut up.
He said you talk too much.
Homeboy, you never shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up. 25 hours, 8 days a week
13 months out a year.
is when you speak. I'm tired of listening to the garbage you talk.
Why don't you find a short pier?
Then take a long walk.
You talk too much.
Then you never shut up.
I said you talk too much.
Homeboy, you never shut up.
You talk too much.
You should be out of breath.
You talk too much.
Man, you nagging me to death.
You talk too much.
Tired of hearing you speak.
You talk too much.
8 days a week.
You talk too much.
Then you never shut up.
I said you talk too much.
Why don't you ever shut up?
You talk too much.
You never shut up.
I said you talk too much.
Homeboy, you never shut up.
Big sight. New. Roll up in the club and shit. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. what? I bet you got it twisted, you don't know who to trust. So many player hating niggas trying to sound like us. Say they ready for the funk, but I don't think they know it. Straight to the depths of hell is where them cowards going. Well, all you still down, nigga, holler when you see me. And let these devils be sorry for the day they finally freed me. I got a caravan of niggas every time we ride, hitting motherfuckers up when we pass by. Until I die, live the life of a boss player. Cause even when I'm high, fuck with me and get crossed later. The future's in my eyes, cause all I want is cash and things. A 5 double O, Benz wanting flashy rings. Bitches pursue me like a dream. Been known to disappear before your eyes, it's like a dope thing. It seems my main thing was to be major, pay the game sharper than the motherfucking razor blade. Save money, bring bitches, bitches bring lies. One nigga's getting jealous and motherfuckers die. Depend on me like the first and 15. They might hold me for a second, but before won't get me. We got 4 niggas and low riders and ski masks screaming thug like every time they pass. All eyes on me. Live the life of a thug nigga until the day I die. Live the life of a boss player. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. Live the life of a thug nigga until the day I die. Live the life of a boss player, cause even getting high.
Hey, to my nigga Pac. So much trouble in the world, nigga. Ain't nobody feel your pain. The world's changing every day, time's moving fast. My girl said I need a race, how long will she last? I'm caught between my woman and my pistol and my chips. Triple beam, got some smokers on, whistle as I dip. I'm lost in the land with no plan, living life flawless. Crime boss, contraband, let me toss this. Mediocre's got a lot of nerve, let my bucket swerve. I'm taking off from the curb. The nervousness, neglect made me pack a tech. Devoted to serving this, my wet and paid checks. Like a kite satellite, nigga, I'm forever ballin'. It ain't right, parasites, triggers and fleas crawling. Sucker ducking, get busted, no emotion. My devotion is handling my business, nigga, and keep on coasting. Where you going? I've been there, came back, it's lonely, homie. Steady flowing against the grain, niggas still don't know me. It's about the money and this rap shit, this crap shit. It ain't funny, niggas don't even know how to act shit. What can I do, what can I say, is there another way? Plus it's gin all day, 24 parlay. My little homie G, can't you see I'm buster free? Niggas can't stand me, all eyes on me.
Live the life as a thug nigga until the day I die. Live the life as a boss player, all eyes on me. All eyes on me. Live the life as a thug nigga until the day I die. Live the life as a boss player, all eyes on me. The feds is watching, niggas plotting to get me. Will I survive, will I die? Come on, let's picture the possibility, giving me charges. Lawyers making a grip, I told the judge I was raised wrong, and that's why I blaze shit. Was hyper as a kid, old as a teenager. On my mobile calling big shots, on the scene major. Packing hundreds in my drawers, fuck the law. Bitches I fuck with a passion, I'm living rough and raw. Catching cases at a fast rate, ballin' in the fast lane. Hustle till the morning, never stop until the cash came. Live my life as a thug nigga until the day I die. Live my life as a boss player, cause even getting high. These niggas got me tossing shit, I put the top down. Now it's time to floss my shit. Keep your head up, nigga, make these motherfuckers suffer. Up in the bins, burning rubber. The money is mandatory, the hoes is for the stress. This criminal lifestyle, equipped with the bulletproof vest. Make sure your eyes is on the meal ticket. Get your money, motherfucker, let's get rich and we'll kick it. All eyes on me. Live the life as a thug nigga until the day I die. Live the life as a boss player, all eyes on me. All eyes on me. Live the life as a thug nigga until the day I die. Live the life as a boss player, all eyes on me. All eyes on me. Pay attention, my niggas. See how that shit go? Nigga walk up in this motherfucker and be like, ping. Life as a thug nigga till the day I die. Live my life as a bitches, cause even getting hot. Every motherfucking body. I got busters, hoes, and police watching a nigga, you know? Live my life as a thug nigga till the day I die. Live my life as a boss player, all eyes on me. It's like what they think, I'm walking around with some keys in my pocket or something. All eyes on me. They think I'm going back to jail. They really on that dope. Live my life as a thug nigga till the day I die. I know y'all watching. I know y'all got me in the scope. I know y'all know this is thug life, baby. Got me under surveillance, huh? All eyes on me, but I'm knowing.
Alright? Peace and Black Power family. It's your boy Psychopath and your girl Renee. Black at you. Know what I mean? With another RBG pill show. What's going on out there, family? What's really hood? Let me know what's going on. Let me get some ones out there if y'all can hear me clearly. Let's see. Shout out to Nikki. Shout out to Abron. Shout out to Pookie. Shout out to Rashid, Falconeer. Let's see. I Am Sugar. What's going on? Keeping it plain. Let's see. Did I say Aries already? If I did, my bad. Let's see. Who else? Darius. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that. Who else? Shatira Tachu. Shout out to you. Thanks for the super chat. Let's see. Who else? Fahim. Let's see. Anybody else? Anybody else? Brandon, what's going on? You shout out. Somebody gave me a cash app. Nisi, shout out to you. Appreciate the cash app. Let's see. A Shabazz is going on. Michelle. Let's see. Uncle Claude was going on. Third James. Let's see. Who else? Shout out to Renee. Monica, what's going on, sis? Let's see. Moon Lagoon. To choose. Shout out to everybody else that was on the other stream that was scheduled. I don't know why that stream didn't happen. I'm trying to take care of all that now. I'm a little flustered, but I'm getting there, family. We're gonna be all right tonight. We good. You know what I'm saying? But peace, Renee. What's going on?
Hey, what's up? I didn't even know it was something with another stream. But anyway, yeah. Peace, everybody. Peace to the chat. Peace to everyone listening. Everybody who will listen was really good. Yeah, tonight we're going into SYKO's birthday. His birthday is October 2nd. He's a Libra, y'all. They be driving me crazy, but what'd you say?
No, I was saying yes, ma'am. Yes, I am. The greatest sign in the world.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, be driving me crazy, but I like Libras though.
Shout out to all my Libras out there too, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to Nikki Justice was good. She's in the Libra gang. You know what I'm saying? Capricorn gang is gonna be here pretty soon. That's my gang. But yeah, so shout out to all the Libras out there. Shout out to everybody with October birthdays or whatnot.
We should probably real quick, before we get too deep into this, get an announcement. This is October 1st, and we said in October we was gonna start something, and yes, it's here, family. The channel is already made. As you can see, we was already on it. Yes, we will be having the debate channel, and we will be having official debates over there. The link will be in the description, so y'all can find it there. So be sure to subscribe to this channel. And like I said before, you can email us at the email. Anybody interested in debates, the email is on the channel. You can find it there, and you can email us there, and y'all can we can discuss what it is you want to debate and who it is you could possibly debate, and we'll set everything up. And we're not trying to force anybody to debate nothing they don't want to debate. Only topics they're interested in. All right, so we go and we working with people. All right, so yeah, it's here. We just thought we'd put that out there.
Yeah, and just to speak on that real quick, it's something that we wanted to do. It's something that we wanted to do that, sorry y'all, almost somebody calling me, but it's something that we wanted to do because the debate thing, a lot of people have a lot of different opinions on it. It's been a lot of other people that have done debates prior to that, and shout out to them and shout out to people who are doing that. But we feel like in terms of what we want to do is to bring some clarity of thought to certain perspectives on certain things that involve our community. And so that's far reaching. So of course that's political, that's religious.
Yeah, but just as a perspective, it is the link's in the description now. Yeah, the link's in the description now. So if y'all don't see it, refresh and you'll see it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, thank you. But yeah, So that's far reaching. So like I said, that's from politics, religion, yes, some issues dealing with gender, issues, science, historical elements, all of those kinds of things are what we're going to be talking about. Things that are substantive, things that are important to our people that need to be expounded on. And, we're not going to be biased on that at all. We are going to open the platform for people to come and be able to, deal with their things ideologically, and in the community, the people can then decide, which side they think gave a better argument, which side that there is more believable or that they accept, or whatever the case may be. Me and SYKO will be debating sometimes other people, on certain issues or whatnot. But yeah, it's something that, we just kind of want to do. And we want to do it in a very intellectual way, in an intellectually driven way, not in a drama driven way, not in ain't gonna be no personal attacks and ad hominems and this. No, we're dealing with the facts, the truth, the information. That's what we want to build on. So yeah, if you're interested, SYKO put everything up. I'll be putting the link in there a little bit later, the email in there a little bit later as well. But yeah, so y'all be looking for that, and y'all get down with it. Just let us know. Like, I'm open to doing it. And if there's a specific topic or category that you're interested in, let us know. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for the cash app, Shatira. Appreciate that. Yeah. So, what you want? So I guess we going with the show now.
Yeah, let's get in there.
Yeah, and so we got, I'm sure y'all seen or at least heard about the shit show that was, somehow titled the first presidential debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden the other night. I believe it was Tuesday night. So it was 2 nights ago.
Yeah. Tuesday night.
Yeah. And man, let me tell y'all, man, listen, I'm just going to show y'all the highlights. And I can just say this before I show the highlights, just in case you didn't see this, I'm just saying, like, this shit was ghetto as fuck. Let me just say it. This shit, I swear, I felt like I was watching the Sunday Night Rumble on O'Shea's or something, with motherfuckers just up there just cursing each other out and just talking crazy to each other. Like, it was madness going on. It blew my mind that this is supposed to be some kind of presidential debate that I'm actually watching. Blew my fucking mind. But anyway, let's get to some of the highlights of this debate, and then we're going to chop it up and discuss it. So let's go, family.
We welcome the Republican nominee, President Trump, and the Democratic nominee, Vice President Biden.
How you doing, man? How are you? I'm well. I beat Bernie Sanders.
Not by much.
I beat him a whole hell of a lot. I'm here standing facing you, old buddy.
Pocahontas would have left 2 days early. You would have lost every primary.
All he knows how to
on
do
Super
is hurt.
Tuesday. You got very lucky.
Here's the deal. I got very lucky. I'm going to get very lucky tonight as well. And tonight I'm going to make sure, because here's the deal. Here's the deal. The fact is that everything he's saying so far is simply a lie. I'm not here to call out his lies. Everybody knows he's a liar.
But you
I just want to make sure.
Joe, you're the liar.
I want to make sure.
You graduated last in your class, not first in your class.
God, I want to make sure.
Mr. President, can you let him finish, sir?
No, he doesn't know how to do that. He has,
You'd be surprised.
You pick
You'd be surprised.
the wrong guy, the wrong night at the wrong time.
Listen, you agreed with
Here's the
Bernie
deal.
Sanders to the
The
manifesto.
whole idea.
Let him.
There is no manifesto, number one.
Please let him speak, Mr.
Number
President.
two.
You just lost the left.
Number two.
You just lost the left. You agreed with Bernie Sanders on a plan
folks,
absolutely
folks,
agreed
do you have any
and under that
idea
plan,
what
you have
this clown's
socialized,
doing?
They call it
Mr.
Do you have any
President.
socialized medicine.
Mr. President.
Let people know
He doesn't want
you're a
to answer the
senator.
question.
I'm not going to answer the question
Why
because
would you answer that
because
question?
the question
you want to put a
is
lot of
the
new
question
Supreme Court
is
justice,
the
radical
question,
left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe? Who's on your list?
Right, gentlemen, I think
This
we've
is
ended
so
this.
He's going to pack the court.
We have
not going to give a list.
We have ended this segment. We're going to move on to.
A lot of people died. and a lot more are going to die unless he gets a lot smarter, a lot quicker.
So-
Mr. President?
Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe. 47 years, you've done nothing.
Let's have this debate.
And if you would have had, let me just tell you something, Joe.
No,
if you would have had the charge of what I was put through, I had to close the greatest economy in the history of our country. And by the way, now it's being built again.
See,
and it's
We're going to
going
get
up
to the
fast.
economy in the next segment, sir.
Okay.
Oh, Mr. President,
Go ahead.
I'm asking you a question. Will you tell us how much you paid in federal income taxes in 2016 and 2017?
Millions of dollars.
You paid millions of dollars?
Millions of dollars.
So
yes.
not 750.
Millions of dollars. And you'll get to see it.
He says he's smart because he can take advantage of the tax code. And he does take advantage of the tax code. That's why I'm going to eliminate the Trump tax cuts. And
But why didn't you do it over the last 25 years?
Because you
Why
weren't
didn't
president.
you do it over
Because
the
you
last
weren't
25
president
years? No,
screwing
no,
things
no, no.
up.
You were a senator. And
You're
by
the
the way,
worst
you were a
president
vice-
America has ever had.
Hey,
Come
Joe,
on.
let me just tell you, Joe. I've done more in 47 months. I've done more than you've done in 47 years, Joe.
Will you urge your supporters to stay calm during this extended period, not to engage in any civil unrest? And will you pledge tonight that you will not declare victory until the election has been independently certified? President Trump, you go first.
I'm urging my supporters to go into the polls and watch very carefully, because that's what has to happen. I am urging them to do it. As you know, today there was a big problem. In Philadelphia, they went in to watch. They're called poll watchers, a very safe, very nice thing. They were thrown out. They weren't allowed to watch. You know why? Because bad things happen in Philadelphia, bad things. And I am urging my people. I hope it's going to be a fair election. If it's a fair
You're urging
election,
them what?
I am 100% on board. But if I see tens of thousands of ballots being manipulated, I can't go along with that. And I'll tell you what,
does that mean,
from a
not go
common
along?
sense,
Does that mean you're
I'll tell
going to
you
tell
what
your
it means.
people to take to the
It means you have a fraudulent election. You're
And what are
sending
you
out
gonna do?
80
And
million
what would you
ballots.
do about that?
They're not equipped to. These people aren't equipped to handle it. Number one. Number two,
Okay.
they cheat. They cheat. Hey, they found ballots in a waste paper basket 3 days ago, and they all had the name
All right.
military ballots. They were military. They all had the name Trump on them.
Vice President
You think
Biden,
that's good?
Vice President Biden, final question for you. Will you urge your supporters to stay calm while the vote is counted, and will you pledge not to declare victory until the election is independently certified?
Yes, and here's the deal. We count the ballots, as you pointed out. Some of these ballots in some states can't even be opened until Election Day. And if there's thousands of ballots, it's going to take time to do it. And by the way, our military, they've been voting by ballots since the end of the Civil War, in effect. And that's what's going to happen. Why is it for them somehow not fraudulent? It's the same process. It's honest. No one has established at all that there is fraud related to mail-in ballots.
Are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
Are you
I'm willing
prepared
to
to
do that,
specifically
but
do it?
Well,
I
go
would
ahead,
say,
sir.
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
So what are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see
Well,
peace.
then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it.
Do you want to call them? What do you want to call them? Give me a name. Give me a
White
name. Go ahead.
supremacists and
Who would
right
you like me to condemn?
White
Proud Boys.
supremacists and right
Proud
militia.
Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left, because this is not a right-wing problem.
His
This
own
is a left-wing.
FBI director
This
said
is a
the threat
left-wing
of
problem.
white
Go ahead, sir.
supremacists. Antifa's an idea, not an organization.
Oh, you gotta be
not
kidding.
militia. That's what
Oh, really?
his
It's an idea.
his
Okay.
FBI director
Gentlemen,
said.
Well,
thank you and good night. Thank you.
All right, family. And there y'all go. Those are some of the highlights of that shit show that was somehow labeled a debate. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic to Renee and let Renee go ahead and chime in on what we just saw. And yeah, I think you might have something you want to read and everything else. So I'm going to let you.
Are you sure you want me to go first?
Yeah. I can go first if you want me to. I'll go first if you want me to, because you're going to probably go in. Yeah, you're going to probably go in a little
longer. I'm going to break down some elements. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like I said before we even saw the clip, this whole thing was a complete shit show, right? Like, this whole thing was not a fucking debate. This is the shit that motherfuckers like to do when they join panels and shit, right? Like, this shit was crazy. Like, they didn't even show everything in that highlight shit. Like, motherfucking Trump was wilding. Like, Trump, I swear it felt like Trump hit the fucking link, right? It didn't feel like he joined the panel. It felt like the motherfucker came inside a YouTube channel and clicked the fucking link. Like, I'm about to kick over this fucking table, click this link, and bust all this shit up. That motherfucker went in there and just started going ham. Just talking his shit. And then, Biden, it was Biden's turn to talk, because Trump, I believe, went first. And, you know, he was taking shots and everything else, you know, everything was fine. Then Biden went to go, and I'm trying to hear what Biden say, but Trump went full-blown, kind of like RBR type. I'm just going to filibuster and talk over you so nobody can hear what the fuck it is you saying. So therefore, you know, if I'm the only voice they hear, then that means I'm going to motherfucking win the argument. You know, it's a logical fallacy. It's a tactic used in debates a lot, right? That this is why I got to blame the moderator for this bullshit, right? Because the moderator is there to stop the filibuster. Because filibuster is when you're just talking over the motherfucker, not letting the motherfucker talk, you know, and just trying to out-emotionalize the motherfucker, right? You're trying to appeal to other people's emotions by cutting them off and calling them liars in the middle of their shit, you know, dropping ad hominem attacks and all types of other shit, right? So the motherfucker was just in there which is typical when motherfuckers click the fucking link. Right? A lot of motherfuckers click the link to come in and filibuster and just act the damn fool. And that's pretty much what Donald Trump did. You know, that motherfucker he wouldn't shut the fuck. Matter of fact, Biden even told the motherfucker, shut the fuck up. I was like, yo, you should have been more stern when you said that shit, because the motherfucker kept talking. Like, that shit couldn't have been me. Because I would have been clouded. Listen, that shit would have turned into a roasting session up on that motherfucker real quick. And Trump would have tried to come in there clicking the link like shit was sweet. I would have showed that motherfucker, dog, you know. Lunch will be on you today, motherfucker. I promise you. Fuck with me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna roast the shit out of you today. But anyways, I digress. But yeah, Biden should have manned the fuck up. He should have manned the fuck up. I found that shit to be a little bit of a problem. He seemed kind of weak a little bit. Like, he kind of was letting Trump kind of punk him. And he kind of really wasn't asserting himself. I'm like, dog, you gotta man the fuck up. Like, seriously. You know, and then Trump started talking about, thanks for the cash app to Chew, I appreciate that. Then Trump started talking about how Biden was supporting Bernie and he was a socialist and all this other stuff and blah, 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 and how he lost the left and everything and this, that, and third. And Biden was like, I am the left. You know, I am the Democratic Party and blah, 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 which doesn't say a lot about the Democratic Party, truth be told. Just saying. I'm not a fan. Just saying. But, you know, then, you know, Trump went back to, you know, his click the link mode. And he just started dropping ad house, started calling the motherfucker dumb. Like, he literally came out and called the motherfucker stupid, right? Like, yo, you's a dumb motherfucker, dog. Yo, son, you you went to college, you graduated bottom of your class, and all this other shit, your GPA was low as fuck, and he was just you're dumb. You're dumb. You're a dumb motherfucker, son. Like, you're dumb. Right? Like, you just straight up, just called him dumb. Right? Disrespecting the shit out of him. Then Biden and them started going back and forth on the taxes shit. And I don't feel like Biden really put his feet to the fire enough about the taxes and shit. Because when it brought up about Donald Trump being scared to show his taxes and shit and everything, because they've been trying to get their hands on this shit for like 3-4 years, and he won't let up off of it. You know, I felt like he kind of let him off the hook a little bit with that. He should have pressed him a little bit more, right? It's almost like Biden was trying to take the high road, not knowing he fucking with a motherfucker who don't know how to do anything other than play dirty. Like, you know, like Donald Trump gonna roll around in the fucking mud. That's very obvious. That's what the fuck he's gonna do. I mean, if you don't think Donald Trump's gonna roll around in the mud, you ain't been paying fucking attention. Right? So you gotta be willing to roll around the mud a little bit with him. You should have pressed him more about that taxes shit. Right? Because, you know, like, let's just keep it a buck. I mean, the motherfucker paid $750 in taxes. It's just like, what, 2016 or some shit like that? Some crazy ass shit. I mean, like, yo, how the fuck ain't he locked up right now? Like, oh, that's right, he's the fucking president. But seriously, how the fuck ain't he locked up right now? I mean, if any other man of means, millionaire, billionaire, whatever he's labeling himself nowadays, because he don't have as much money as he wants you to think he has. Hence why he got to cheat the government out of tax money. But whatever the man of means, right? The motherfucker ain't broke, right? You know, he got millions, right? He's worth millions, right? Now, any other motherfucking black motherfucker who's worth millions, who I know, ended up owing the IRS money, they asses ended up locked up. They wasn't sitting up here bragging about not paying taxes, just being openly defiant on a national stage about him cheating on his taxes, and nothing happens to him. I mean, nobody impeaching this motherfucker over this shit or nothing, huh? Y'all over here worried about Russian connections and all this other shit, everything else. Y'all got him right here, dead to rights. I mean, shit. Al Capone got locked up for fucking tax evasion. They couldn't get Al Capone on nothing else. They couldn't get that motherfucker for bootlegging. They couldn't make that stick. They couldn't make the numbers game stick. The motherfuckers could not make the St. Valentine's Day Massacre stick. That motherfucker was the Teflon Don before fucking John Gotti. They couldn't do shit. Everybody knew Al Capone was doing what the fuck he was doing. Nobody could lock him up. They ended up getting that motherfucker out of all things for tax evasion. But somehow another Donald Trump just like, man, fuck all that shit. I don't give a fuck what Al Capone went through. He could have never did that shit if he was black. Ask Wesley Snipes. Ask Wesley Snipes, could a motherfucker get some shit like that off and be black? It ain't happening. Right? But Biden didn't press him enough on this shit. Should have pressed him. He didn't though. And then Trump started talking about the election fraud. Started crying about how this one's going to be cheating and that one's going to be cheating. And they was asked what was he going to do about it. He talking about, he's kind of like alluding to shit and everything else, which already goes to show he's already on his bullshit. Like, but you know, these elections are all, this is why people come up with the concept that these presidents are selected and not elected, because it's all types of fucked up ass bullshit that be going on in these elections. People acting like there's some new shit with Donald Trump. No, this shit. It's always been tampering with the ballots. It's always been that shit. This shit's always been here on every level of politics. On every level, it's always some fuck shit going on. That's why gerrymandering was here, and motherfuckers sit up here, standing, not allowing motherfuckers to go in and take their votes, and this, that, and third. This is what the Klan used to fucking do to black people back in the day and shit, and just, you know, stand right in front of voters' booths and not let motherfuckers vote and shit, like, you know, voter suppression, and like this shit is nothing new, right? So like, but he's the main culprit in this shit. Because he got Russian ties. This shit is out there. This shit is out. That's another thing Biden didn't impress him on, was his Russian ties. He didn't impress him on that shit. He talking all this fake ass patriotic shit like he here for the fucking country. Motherfucker, you somebody's comrade. Motherfucker, what the hell is you talking about over here? You got motherfucker, you besties with Ivan Koloff. What the fuck is you talking about? Putin and Drago and all them motherfuckers. Stalin and shit, all them son of bitches. You fucking with the iron fist over there, motherfucker. What the hell is you talking about? Like why Biden didn't impress him on that shit? Biden need to learn how to trash talk. And he needs to know how to motherfucking hit motherfuckers where it hurt. That's the fuck he needs to do. I ain't gonna be teaching you fucking dumbass liberals how to motherfucking handle shit. You motherfuckers shouldn't be tree hugging all the fucking time. It's y'all problem. Y'all too busy hugging fucking trees, scared to death of war, sniffing flowers. That's why you motherfuckers up here getting punked in these goddamn debates by a weirdo like Trump. I'll let that motherfucker punk you. Y'all scared to fight back. Punch that motherfucker back, man. That shit was disgusting. I'm like, I ain't gonna swing back. I was gonna let him just punk you, huh? This shit was hilarious. And then before I pass the mic to Renee, matter of fact, I'm gonna let Renee cover it, because, you know, we had the whole white supremacist shit and everything else, but I'm gonna wait to talk about that until after Renee speaks. So go ahead, Renee. I'm gonna pass the mic to you.
All right, cool. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. But yeah, peace everybody. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into some things. Let's get into what's going on. SYKO was definitely on point. So first of all, this is what I'm gonna say. This is really sad, because let me be very, very clear. I do not support either party. I want to make that very, very clear. All right. And I have to say that because what I'm about to say is definitely going against Trump. It's definitely going against Trump. But I don't want it to be misconstrued, because I'm about to get in on Biden as well, that, you know, I'm rocking with the Democrats, because I'm definitely not. But it's just the case that Trump was a damn fool. He was a damn fool. It ain't no other way to say it, okay? Now, first, let me address Biden, though. Biden, I didn't know whether he was dead, alive. I didn't know whether he was asleep. Was he standing up there? I didn't know what the hell, if he needed a walker or a cane, if they needed to sit down and give him some water, some rest. I didn't know what the hell was going on. And see, this is what the thing is with the Democrats. What the hell are y'all doing? Y'all could not find a better candidate than Biden? This old ass man that you don't even know if he's dead or whatever. He's half dead. Okay? And you got him standing up here. Then you got the schoolyard bully, this big old fat man Trump over here, talking all this yin yang. And Biden is sitting there, he can't even really defend himself. He can't defend his party. Like, what the hell is really going on? And I'm like, y'all can't do no better than that. And then y'all other option that had the most support was Bernie Sanders, and he old as hell too. Trump old as hell, but he got more, you know what I'm saying, in his step. He's lighter in his step than Biden is. So that was my first, impression. My first thoughts was, I don't know if Biden is alive right now. Okay. And for a lot of people thinking like, will this man make it? Like, what the hell is gonna go on? Because he can't even hardly deal with this right now. And then even when he was talking, he couldn't get stuff out. He wasn't quick on the draw to come back on what Trump was saying. Listen, honey, if I was the coordinator or if I was the advisor for Biden on this debate, baby, Trump would have been on that damn floor. Do you hear me? Because I would have been straight on facts. We're going to deal with facts. We're going to deal with your damn near 4 years in office. And we're going to break down point by point the facts about you when we deal with the economy, when we deal with racial incidents, when we deal with every level of the issues that they addressed in that first debate. I would have been hitting with nothing but facts, and direct quotes that came from Trump. I would have talked about all his Twitter rants. I would have talked about him sharing the white supremacist video. I would have talked about every single last thing. And we would have hit with nothing but facts, so it cannot be denied. But Biden was not quick on the draw. He could not come back with things quick enough against Trump. And it was like he was playing the whole politically correct role, you know what I'm saying? But he came off as weak. He came off as weak as hell. And to keep it a buck, like, this is the problem with a lot of this, is that from that debate, most people, and it's what the polls dictated as well, that most people did not change their position based upon that debate. And the truth of the matter is, for the people that are pro-Biden, it's not going to matter too much. They're going to rock with Biden. They're not going to say, well, damn, Biden came off as hella weak. Biden came off as like he couldn't be quick on it. He wasn't fast on his feet. He couldn't really get stuff out. They're not going to change because of that. And for the Trump people, because I'm about to go in on Trump, but for the Trump people, they're not going to change. Listen, Trump has said any and everything in the book. And the people that rock with Trump, including these black folks, are not going to change. Trump can say whatever the hell he wants to say, and none of these people, they will make excuses for him. And see, this is what happens, is that when one person, this is how disingenuous most people are. When one person does something that a person that they're against or the opposite side, they call it out. They talk about it bad. They put it down. But when the person that they support does it, they make excuses for it. They justify it. They say it's okay. So let me give you an example. So Trump is sitting up there and he's going in on Biden, right? And, he talked about Biden's son. He got dirty with it. He's cutting them off, filibustering, doing all of that, right? The Trump people are saying, oh, Trump is strong. Trump is powerful. That's what I'm talking about. And Trump was getting at him. And Trump, right? But let's say if the roles were reversed, right? Then the Trump people would be saying Biden is a maniac. Biden attacked Trump. Biden was filibustering. He cut him off. Biden was a bully. Did you see what he was doing? So see, most people are disingenuous anyway. So they're not going to really change up based upon that debate, not for real, not most people, because the Trump people and the Trump people are really, really bad at it, because Trump has had so many things that he said and done on the record, that Trump people don't give a about. They don't care. This man is on the record lying about coronavirus, lying about it, saying that he knows how bad it is, talking about how awful it is in private, while publicly lying, while publicly downplaying. He literally said on tape that he downplays it on purpose. And now you have over 200,000 people that's died from it, including one of my relatives, including one of my cousins. So see, you see how this whole thing plays out. And a lot of these people, they don't care what Trump has said or done. They gonna rock with him no matter what, just like the Biden people. But these Trump people, they're making excuses now. We're gonna get into the Proud Boys thing in a minute, but they're making excuses about all of this stuff. So what I did, which is what I encourage everyone to do, I encourage people to do this all the time on everything I say, on things that or claims rather that I make, claims that SYKO makes. People need to fact check. Black people, listen to me. No matter what side, you can be a Democrat, you can be a Republican, or you can be like us over here for Black people, right? Period. But please, no matter what political side you're on, please fact check. Don't be such a personality worshipper. Don't be such a sheep. Don't be so weak-minded that you're following a person that you will allow them to lie to you, that you will allow them to lie in your face and you accept it. Fact check. I don't give a damn if you are for Biden or Trump. So let's get into a little bit of fact checking, right? Because that's what's really important here. So, unfortunately for the Trump supporters, the person who had the most false claims was Trump. He made the most false claims. And I'm going to get into some of these claims, y'all. People need to pay attention. All right, so let's address some of the claims that Trump made. All right. Now, I want to give these few points here. And this was kind of a breakdown that the New York Times gave, and then they have some points here that were fact-checked. So I just want to give you a little bit of this. President Trump demonstrated, because I agree with most of this that was said, and then we'll get into the facts. President Trump demonstrated a willingness to lie, exaggerate, and mislead during the first presidential debate, repeatedly interrupting former Vice President Joseph R. Biden Jr. with attacks based on thin evidence. That is facts. Mr. Biden appeared exasperated through much of the night, absolutely, but stood his ground. I don't know about that now, calling the president a liar and a racist, and at one point saying, "Shut up, man." That was as tough as he got. Anyway, Mr. Trump refused to condemn white supremacists, instead blaming the, quote, the left wing for violence in American cities, even though, as Mr. Biden pointed out, his own FBI director has said that racially motivated violent extremism, mostly from white supremacists, has made up a majority of domestic terrorism threats. Let me pause there. Family, who has been telling you about all of this stuff? Who's been saying this for years now, since he's been in office? But who's been telling you this even in this time of everything that's happened since George Floyd, all of that? Who's been the ones over here talking about Proud Boys, talking about how the violence that's being created in these protests that people are attributing to Black people? That includes the looting, that includes the vandalism that's been attributed to Black folks, has been perpetrated by right-wing white supremacist groups that are pro-Trump. That's facts.
Facts.
Homeland Security came out earlier this month. I think it was around September 8th or something like that. They released a report backing up everything I just said. That the attacks, the vandalism, the looting, all of the things that you saw going on out there, that initially they tried to attribute to Black people, where you had Black folks and Black celebrities coming out. Why y'all out there looting? This man died and y'all going in here taking this and taking that. Were there some Black people who looted? Of course there were. But the majority of the vandalism that happened, and then the much worse things that happened, where people were attacked, people were beat up, and people were killed during these protests, was done by who? It wasn't Black folk. It wasn't Black people. Okay, so let's be clear on that. All of this gets dumped back on us. So if y'all remember one of them shows we did early after the George Floyd, remember the one dude came up on a panel, or he called in. The Black people, they out there doing, see? Because people don't fact check. People don't look deeper into things. It's okay to get your news from the mainstream. You know why? Because everybody gets their news from the mainstream. Everybody. These Trump supporters, the Bidens, whoever gets it. You know why? Because most news comes from Associated Press. Then it becomes filtered down through different, news sites that may be more left-leaning, more right-leaning, or whatnot. You get your news from somebody else. You know why? Because no person can be in all places at all times on this earth that you witness every event with your own eyes. Let's be clear. So everybody gets their news from somewhere. But see, you gotta fact check it. You gotta think about it. You gotta look deeper into it and stop taking stuff off the surface. So let me get back into this. So yeah, Homeland Security released that. The FBI released that. This is well documented. It's not Black people committing violence. Have there been some Black people? Of course. But overwhelmingly, Homeland Security said the biggest threat to the security of this nation are white supremacist groups, these right-wing groups and militias. And they are 100% pro-Trump. But Trump refuses to denounce them. Trump refuses to disavow them. Instead, what he does is he deflects and talks about Antifa. We're going to get into that deeper. And we're gonna get into that deep. But let me finish. We're gonna do a little fact checking. I'm gonna throw it back to SYKO. We're gonna get it in. All right. Back to the New York Times. Mr. Trump refused to condemn white supremacists, instead blaming, quote, the left wing for violence. I think I read that part. In American cities, even though, as Mr. Biden pointed out, his own FBI director has said that. Okay, moving on. The president insisted that he paid millions of dollars in federal income taxes during 2016 and 2017. In fact, tax documents obtained by the New York Times show that in both years, Mr. Trump paid $750 in federal income taxes. Let me repeat that for you one more time. The president insisted that he paid millions of dollars in federal income taxes during 2016 and 2017. In fact, tax documents obtained by the New York Times.
Shout out to Knowledge. Appreciate the super chat. He said, happy born day, SYKO. I appreciate that. And my bad to Chew. I didn't see your message earlier. To Chew earlier said, Trump Trump seemed like the type that'll punch somebody in the face in a rap battle. And that's real. Okay. My bad, go ahead.
All right. So yeah, so in fact, tax documents obtained by the New York Times, which by the way, the New York Times is the one who did that recent article, who originally exposed this, okay? In fact, tax documents obtained by the New York Times show that in both years, Mr. Trump paid $750 in federal income taxes. Mr. Biden repeatedly prodded the president to release his tax returns for those years. In response, Mr. Trump said, "You'll see it as soon as it's finished. You'll see it," a promise he has repeatedly made and broken since becoming a candidate, let alone being president. Now, let me just address that real quick. So this is another example of what I said, that these, especially the Trump people, they will never change their position, no matter how many lies he tells, no matter what he does, no matter what he says. Most people are paying way more than $750. Most people would not ever be in a position to have their things set up in such a way that this man, who has way more money than any of us have or will ever have, has his stuff set up. See, but people make excuses for him. So if this had been Obama, and I'm not an Obama supporter, but I'm just showing you a comparison, these white people, these Trump supporting people would be going crazy. I paid $13,000 and he paid $750 and he's stealing, he's cheating the government. They would be going ham. they would be going off. They would be saying it is his duty to put out his taxes. As Americans, we can't refuse to pay taxes. We can't refuse anything with our taxes. How can the president of the United States be able to do that? That is what they would be saying. But now because it's Trump, what are they saying? I saw a post from this black man who's a Facebook friend, put up a post. Instead of us getting emotional about Trump only paying $750, we need to find out how we can do it. See, that right there, excuse my French, is some bullshit. And that right there is the problem. Number one, you know you done paid more than that. All of these other poor black people is paying our damn taxes. And you gonna make an excuse for this white bastard who don't give a damn about you? That we shouldn't get emotional about it. We should figure out how to do it. You will never, mark my words, you will never be able to do it. I don't care if you become a multi-millionaire. Do you think all of the multi-millionaire black people, the athletes, the celebrities, the black tech people, the black business owners who've created and are multi-millionaires, do you think they only pay $750 in tax? I'll wait. But you think somehow you would be able to do what Donald Trump does? Try it and then holler at me. Because if it's something applicable to all people, everybody would have been and did it. So stop it. Just like you'll hear some of these people, and I'm not going down that road, but some of these more, you're not supposed to pay taxes. Yeah, right. You do it then. Show me that you didn't do it and watch what happens. You have all kind of, like Psycho mentioned, Wesley Snipes, Lauryn Hill, so many different black people who have had to go to prison behind taxes. You had people like Mike Jones. Remember who? Mike Jones. Remember the one that put his number out from Houston? Right now, he's on federal probation for taxes. He's still out here, but he's on federal tax probation, y'all.
You know how many black people die broke because of their taxes? Died broke. Red Fox. Yep, Red Fox died broke because of taxes. Joe Lewis died broke because of taxes. Like it's so many motherfuckers got hemmed up because of taxes and ended up dying broke. And you think you can do something that Trump do? Do it. Don't talk about it. Do it then. Prove it and prove it to me. Show us then. So you go do it and then you show us how to do it. Since you care about black, put us on in. You be the guinea pig. You show us how it's done. See, but they'll never do that. They'll just sit back and say, we should be doing what he's doing. Well, you can't never do what he's doing. This is people who don't understand the system of racism, white supremacy, and how this whole thing is built. These are people who don't understand that. I will bet you any money that Oprah paid more than $750 in federal taxes. And Oprah's in the 1%, right? I bet you any money she did. You mean to tell me, as savvy as she is, as intelligent as she is, she could do that? Do you think Oprah could do that? I highly doubt it. So this is the foolishness, again, making excuses for Trump. And see, most of the people that support Trump are people that are working class people that's living paycheck to paycheck. And for some reason, they put this man who's wealthy, born with a silver spoon in his mouth, and never had to work hard and grind like any of us have. They put him on a pedestal and they justify anything he does. Like, this is crazy. Instead of them saying, "F that. If we gotta pay tax, he gotta pay more than that. Now put your taxes out. You can't hide your taxes and you president. And the people, you can't put it out there for the people." Now they're not gonna say that. They'll make excuses for Trump, which is what they're doing. Let's move on. Several times, Mr. Trump focused his attacks on Hunter Biden, the former vice president's son, mixing partial truths with misleading statements. I don't really care about this, but statements and falsehoods in a way that appeared designed to rattle his opponent.
His claim that the mayor of Moscow's wife gave your son $3.5 million was misleading. He claimed that Hunter Biden, quote, takes out billions from business deals in China, offering no evidence despite denials from Mr. Biden and his lawyer that he was paid for his role on the board of the company at issue. All right. During clashes over the coronavirus pandemic, Mr. Trump claimed that, quote, young children aren't much affected by COVID-19, a statement proven false by the many children who have been infected or died from the disease. He exaggerated Mr. Biden's plan to confront the virus, claiming that, quote, he'll close down the whole country. The former vice president has said he would listen to scientists. That I support. Mr. Biden was more truthful, but he did exaggerate Biden people and mislead Biden people in some of his answers. He said that we left him a booming economy and he caused the recession. In fact, the economy was not booming in the final year of Mr. Biden's time as vice president, and Mr. Trump did not, quote, cause the pandemic recession. The former vice president, who is known for gaffes, also got some facts wrong. He said that, quote, we have a higher deficit with China now than we did before, even though the trade deficit with China has fallen sharply. All right. So it was lies and misleadings on both sides. Yes, Trump had more, but Biden people, your boy got some things wrong too. All right. Here's a direct fact check. I'm gonna give you the quotes and I'm gonna back up. There are 100 million, this is Trump. There are 100 million people with pre-existing conditions. False. The president was challenging a statement by Biden. A 2017 report from the Department of Health and Human Services estimated that between 61 million and 133 million Americans under the age of 65 have pre-existing conditions. So that means that it can vary. So it's possible. I don't know if that's necessarily false. He gave a direct number, but it could be possible. Here's a quote from Biden. I was able to bring down the cost of renewable energy to cheaper than or cheap as coal and gas and oil. Mostly true. Okay, so there's some false in there. The Obama administration's 2009 economic stimulus bill included over $50 billion in spending to promote renewable energy such as wind and solar installations, the largest single investment in renewable energy in the nation's history. Although the spending was plagued with some failures, including the bankruptcy of Solindra, a solar company that Mr. Biden personally celebrated when it received stimulus funding. Overall, the stimulus is still credited with boosting the growth and driving down the cost of wind and solar power. It is accurate that in some particularly windy and sunny parts of the country, wind and solar electricity are now as cheap or cheaper than coal and gas. But fossil fuel electricity is still cheaper in portions of the country that do not have wind and solar facilities. All right. Let's get into this. A solicited ballot, because we need to talk about this. A solicited ballot, solicited is okay. You solicit, you're asking. They send it back, you send it back. I did that. If you have an unsolicited, they're sending millions of ballots all over the country. There's fraud. All right, this is misleading. That's how they rate it. Only 9 states are automatically sending ballots to all registered voters, which is what Mr. Trump refers to as, quote, unsolicited. 5 of them, Colorado, Washington, Oregon, Utah, and Hawaii, have traditionally allowed voting by mail, and 4, along with the District of Columbia, adopted the process in response to the coronavirus pandemic: California, New Jersey, Vermont, and Nevada. Right. And let me also just add to that the states where the ballots are sent out automatically to registered voters, your register address is that has been going on for over a decade. So it's not something that's newly created to try to go against Trump. Okay, so it's already been in place. All right, so he called the military stupid bastards on tape. This is misleading. Trump said that during the debate. about Biden. This in a speech before U.S. troops in the United Arab Emirates in March 2016, Mr. Biden jokingly, not disparagingly, made the quote, "stupid bastards" comment. Mr. Biden spoke about his visits to war zones and told the soldiers assembled that Americans, quote, "don't fully understand the incredible sacrifices you make for our country," before trying for an applause line that did not quite land. "I have incredibly good judgment. 1, I married Jill, and 2, I appointed Johnson to the academy," he said, referring to a female lieutenant from Delaware who had introduced him. Upon receiving a tepid reaction, he said to some laughs, "Clap for that, you stupid bastards. Come on, man. Man, you are a dull bunch. Must be slow here, man. I don't know." Oh, Lord. Okay. That's what really? That's what Biden said, y'all. Like, for real? All right. It was driving. Okay, I don't want to get into that when we address that one. All right. Take a look at what happened in Manhattan. Take a look at what's happening in New Jersey. They're losing 30 and 40%. It's fraud. This is what Trump said. This is partly true and partly exaggerated. In New Jersey, 4 men, including a sitting city councilman, were charged this year with criminal conduct involving mail-in ballots in local elections in Patterson. Okay, these were for local elections, all right? The state attorney general accused them of attempting to collect hundreds of ballots and dropping them off in mailboxes. State law limits ballot collection to 3 per person. The episode quickly ricocheted around right-wing news sites with blaring headlines claiming, quote, "it signals national trouble," although it was an isolated case in a local election. All right, so let's pay attention to that. All right. This is another part of that. Today, there was a big problem in Philadelphia. They went in to watch. They're called poll watchers. It's very safe. It's a very nice thing. They were thrown out. They weren't allowed to watch. This is considered exaggerated. Supporters of Mr. Trump were told they were not allowed inside newly opened satellite election offices on Tuesday because they were not legally allowed to be inside. Philadelphia opened 7 satellite election offices on Tuesday for early voting, where voters can request, fill out, and submit a ballot. They did not open up polling locations. Philadelphia election law does not allow for poll watchers to come into satellite election offices, only polling locations. The Trump campaign also has no poll watchers registered in Philadelphia at the moment, according to the Philadelphia Inquirer. All right, so let's get down to a couple more of these. Lord, this was funny. This was funny. Trump said, "Excuse me, Portland, the sheriff just came out today and he said, I support President Trump." This is noted as false. Sheriff Mike Reese of Multnomah County, Oregon, where Portland is located, said he does not support Mr. Trump. In tonight's presidential debate, the president said the Portland sheriff supports him. As a Multnomah, y'all know what I'm saying, county sheriff, I have never supported Donald Trump and will never support him, Mr. Reese tweeted. Mr. Trump may have been referring to comments made by one police officer about the protests last night in Portland. If people liked our Trump government a lot more, we probably wouldn't have this issue in the first place. All right. His own Homeland Security director, as well as the FBI director, said there is no evidence at all that mail-in ballots are a source of being manipulated and cheating. That's from Biden. They say this is mostly true. So there's some false in there. Though Mr. Trump's Homeland Security Secretary Chad Wolf has not made this assertion, other intelligence and election security officials have said that mail-in voting for the November presidential election is safe from foreign intervention. They have emphasized that standard security measures and the decentralized nature of the United States election system make it extremely difficult for a foreign power to penetrate and change the results. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna do a couple more, y'all. But I want to do this one right here. I'm just gonna do a couple more. It's so many these comments on here that's so damn funny. But I'm gonna do this one. Almost everything I see is from the left wing. That comes from Mr. Trump. This is misleading. The statement came as the president was being pushed to forthrightly condemn white supremacists, and in an important moment in the debate, Mr. Trump did not condemn violent white racism. His own FBI director said this month that racially motivated violent extremism, mostly from white supremacists, has made up a majority of domestic terrorism threats. Kenneth T. Cuccinelli, the acting deputy secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, said days later that when white supremacists act as terrorists, more people per incident are killed. All right. So they try to clean it up a little bit, but they can't, because that's just the reality of it. All right, let me see. Let's see. All right, I'll go read this one that's kind of going along with it. All right, someone has to do something about Antifa and the left. This is not a right-wing problem. This is a left-wing. This is left-wing. They rated this as misleading. Some members of Antifa, a loose movement of anti-fascists, have committed acts of violence. Michael Forrest Reno, a self-proclaimed supporter of the movement, was also suspected of fatally shooting a right-wing activist who was part of a pro-Trump caravan in Portland, Oregon. Mr. Reno was shot and killed by law enforcement agents before he could be taken into custody. So again, like I said earlier, there are some acts, but overwhelmingly, it is right-wing, white supremacist, pro-Trump people that have caused the majority of vandalism and violence that has occurred. All right, let's move forward. And just to show the difference, in this case, so wait a minute, they killed this dude, but they didn't kill Kyle Rittenhouse? Interesting. That's interesting. After he done sat up and killed two people and wounded another one seriously. They didn't kill him though. Okay, interesting. Let's see. Yeah, let me read this one. His own former spokesperson, because this was interesting, because Trump tried to deny this one during the debate. I saw this. He said, Biden said, his own former spokesperson said, riots and chaos and violence help his cause. That's what this is all about. They rated this as true. Mr. Trump's former counselor, Kellyanne Conway, told Fox News in August that Mr. Trump would benefit politically from unrest in American cities. The more chaos and anarchy and vandalism and violence reigns, the better it is for the very clear choice on who's best on public safety and law and order, she said. So you see how she tried to twist it around, but you see what it is. It absolutely does help his cause for having all of this, because again, in the debate, y'all heard him continually say, you're not for law and order. Say you're for law and order. Say you're for law and order. That's what Trump kept telling Biden. And Biden was kind of avoiding it. And then at one point he said, I am for law and order, but he was so weak with it. But Trump wants to push that agenda. And a lot of y'all know where law and order originated from. I hope y'all know where it originated from. And it has a racist origin. And Trump is definitely down with that. It's so many, y'all. It's so many. So I'm gonna leave it at there. All right, let me just read this because it's about African Americans. 1 in 1,000. All right, let me take a drink of water, y'all. I've been going in. I've been going in, y'all.
Yeah.
All right. This comes from Biden. 1 in 1,000 African Americans has been killed because of the coronavirus. They rate this as true. I'm gonna give y'all the information on it. As of mid-September, 1 in 1,020, so Black Americans has died of COVID-19. Wow. The highest rate of death when broken down by race and ethnicity. Since the early days of the pandemic, the coronavirus has disproportionately affected Black, Latino, Native, and Indigenous people who are contracting the virus at higher rates and are more likely to be hospitalized for severe COVID-19. 1 in 1,220 Indigenous Americans, 1 in 1,400 Pacific Islander Americans, and 1 in 1,540 Latino Americans have died from the virus, compared to 1 in 2,150 white Americans. So it's basically half. 1 in every 2,100 white people have died from coronavirus. And 1 in every 2,400 Asian Americans have died from coronavirus, where for Black people, it is the highest of everybody. 1 out of 1,000, basically, roughly. Such statistics are supported by data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which note that people who identify as Black or African American are more than twice as likely, like I said, to die from coronavirus compared to their white neighbors. So y'all, I don't know, you still got all these people, it's fake, it ain't real, it ain't, and all that going on. But like I said, I've actually had a family member die. So, like, it's legit. However people want to. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Now, I'm saying, funny thing about that is, all these people that said, yeah, Trump knows it's fake, and Trump do this, and Trump downplay, and Trump knows the truth, and Trump's telling everybody all that shit. Listen, the motherfucker was just on the fucking debate panel talking about a vaccine that you motherfuckers claim he don't support and all this other shit. Donald Trump totally supports vaccines. He totally was on stage talking about how he wants to hurry up and get the vaccine done under his watch, and he wants to implement it. This is what he said. So all you conspirators out there that swear Donald Trump don't fuck with the vaccine and he don't believe in the COVID, bullshit. That motherfucker just talking.
That's facts. And I'm gonna give two more. I'm gonna give 2 more that I think are important. All right, this is from Trump. They said it would take a miracle to bring back manufacturing. I brought back 700,000 jobs. This is claimed. They brought back nothing. They rate this as false. Mr. Trump did not, quote, bring back 700,000 manufacturing jobs, even before the coronavirus recession. In his first 3 years as president, manufacturing employment rose by just under 500,000 jobs through August. Because of jobs lost to the pandemic recession, the sector, it is down by more than 200,000 jobs from when Trump took office. So again, he lies and exaggerates. Why didn't he say that, hey, I brought back close to 500,000 jobs, supposedly, manufacturing jobs? Why wouldn't he say that? Why does he have to lie on top of everything? He just sits there and lies to over-exaggerate things. Let me read this one because it's in line with coronavirus. If we wore, and this is from Biden, y'all, if we just wore masks between now and socially distanced between now and January, we would probably save up to 100,000 lives. They rate this as true. Scientists projecting the death toll of the virus in the United States have noted that should the country maintain its current levels of physical distancing mandates and masking, more than 370,000 Americans could be dead by January 1st, 2021, about 165,000 more than the current death toll. Should masking and distancing become very widespread, as Mr. Biden references, the death toll count would be around 275,000, potentially saving near 100,000 lives. Models have also projected potential deaths if mandates were to ease, allowing further mingling and exposure. Ease mandates could catapult the country onto a path toward reaching 425,000 deaths by January of 2021, which is coming up. is coming up, y'all. So, and people, you know, feel all different kind of ways about that or whatever. Some people are not going to understand it until it's personal. And then when it's personal for you, then people will get it. You know, people will understand what's going on, but it is what it is. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I said I was going to be done with these quotes. Let me read this. Since Psycho just mentioned it, here's a quote from Trump last night. Now we are weeks away from a vaccine. That was the claim your boy Trump had. All you pro-Trump, anti-vaxxer people, all right? They rated this one as lacking evidence. Excuse me. Top health officials have said that a vaccine may not be widely available until next summer. Dr. Monsef Salou, the top scientist on the administration's vaccine development program, recently said that Americans will most likely not be widely vaccinated until the middle of 2021, a timeline echoed by Dr. Robert R. Redfield, the director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Dr. Salou also said that the chance of having the vaccine by October or November was extremely unlikely. So again, he just lies, he exaggerates, he makes a lot of things up. You know, he's just a liar. Yeah, so it's so much, y'all. I'm not gonna keep going into this. But y'all, I will put the link to this in the chat. Please check out, this is the New York Times fact check. They're just going in, giving whether was documented lines up with the claims that Biden and Trump was making. And I just implore everyone to do that because people need to know what's going on. And unfortunately, so many people are not really concerned about policy. They're concerned about personality. And if you are somebody who is going to participate in this two-party system, I think that it would, you know, you should do your due diligence on that, and you should really look into so much of what's going on. Now, Psycho mentioned this earlier, so I just want to let y'all know that the Commission on Presidential Debates says it will change debate format, but no decision yet on cutting off microphones. So there is the vice presidential debate, which is coming up next week. And so basically, immediately, you know, like the next day after these past debates, so like on Wednesday, that commission came out and was like, look, we about to change up all of this because like Psycho said, it was all over the place. The moderator couldn't really moderate. He wasn't really being strict enough. And the truth is that the biggest bully there was Trump, that Trump was the main one who started the filibustering and the over talking and the cutting off. And what was so crazy was Trump was sitting up there like he was the moderator. He was asking Biden questions. It's like, is this a damn YouTube debate? He about to do it like we about to do with our new debate panel. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, we need to have Trump and Biden on the debate channel.
I mean, he literally sounded like I said, sounded like he clicked the link. I mean, the motherfucker just went up there, kicked the table over. He started talking about his kids. Like, yeah, like your kids ain't shit and the drug addict and all this other everything else. Like, he took it there. Like yo, Trump didn't, and he had the gloves off. Like, he went up in there, was like, yeah, your kid's a crackhead and blah, 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 blah. And he turned around and gave him a job and everything else. He's like, no, that's not true. He's like, yeah, it is, motherfucker. We got this actor. Like, he was talking big shit. And I'm sitting there like biting. Talk shit back, dog. The fuck is you over here doing? Like, he over here ripping the shit out of you, dog. He talking shit about your kids. Talk about his motherfuckers. I'll be like, man, listen, no, I know you ain't talking. You over here fetishizing your motherfucking daughter, you nasty ass motherfucker. I would have roasted the shit out of Donald Trump's fucking weave wearing ass. Man, Donald Trump would have been a roast session up on there. It would have been a roast session up on there. Donald Trump would have tried that shit on me. I'm like, Biden, you gotta man up, dog. Man, the fuck up. That motherfucker talking crazy about you, man.
And Trump done sat up there and put all his damn kids in position. He done put them in the jobs. Do y'all know that taxpayer money goes to protecting his family? It's not supposed to go to that because they're not supposed to have, not in the way that it's done, like when they travel around the world and they do this and that, because they're considered under the banner of being in office because he's put them in those positions when that money is actually not supposed to technically go to that. Now, if you're talking about his young son, that's different. But all of his grown children, he's put them in there. He decided to do all of that, and he was allowed to do it. And you haven't seen any other president do that or be allowed to do that. So I would have went in on all of that if I was Biden. But yeah, so they about to change this format, y'all. They said we're not doing it. I think there's talks as far as, cutting off the mic. Because that was my thing, was like, cut the mic. That's what I was thinking. Because y'all know, like, we're going to be doing when we have our debate. And some of the more formal debates that happen on YouTube is that each side is muted while the other side is speaking. And the moderator's supposed to have control of that. So, yeah. This was just a total mess. But I do want to get into, the elephant in the room, or what everybody been talking about. I do want to get into this whole Proud Boys thing. We need to get on that, y'all. We need to get on the Proud Boys, because we have been telling you about Proud Boys for a good while. I know I've been posting about the affiliations with Trump's former advisor, but still very close friend, who he recently commuted his sentence, which is Roger Stone. Roger Stone actually uses Proud Boys for his security. He was photographed with them in March of this year, hanging out with them, throwing up the white supremacist sign. I had posted the picture on my social media. Snopes investigated this. It is 100% true. It is 100% fact. So let's get into the whole Proud Boys affiliation. Let's first, I think we should first get into who the Proud Boys are, okay? Because like I said, we've been and told y'all about who they are. But I'm gonna just give y'all a little bit and a little bit more, and then we're gonna get deeper into what Trump said, and we're gonna map that out. So just to give y'all the first part of it, the Proud Boys are a far-right, neo-fascist, male-only organization with ties to white supremacists that promotes and engages in political violence. It is based in the United States and also has a presence in Canada. The group was started as a joke in the far-right Talkies magazine in 2016 by Vice Media. Y'all pay attention. By Vice Media. I'm sure some of y'all heard of Vice before, okay? V-I-C-E. A lot of y'all know about them. They have a huge channel on YouTube. They have they work with HBO. They have a docu-series on there. They do a lot of documentaries that really are pretty good, to be honest. And they deal with like a lot of provocative, topics and issues. And they're one of the ones who did a little documentary or breakdown on the Black identity extremist and the first brother that they tried to hem up with that whole thing. So just keep that in your hat, okay? Because we're gonna come back to that. All right, so the group was started as a joke by the far-right Talkies magazine in 2016 by Vice Media co-founder and former commentator Gavin McInnes, taking its name from the song, quote, Proud of Your Boy from the Disney musical Aladdin, okay? The Proud Boys emerged as part of the alt-right, but McInnes began distancing himself from the alt-right in early 2017, saying the alt-right's focus is race, while his focus is what he defines as, quote, Western values. This rebranding effort intensified after the Unite the Right rally. So he was like, damn, don't be, you gonna mess up my other stuff, y'all doing too much openly. The group believes men, especially white men, and Western culture are under siege. Their views have elements of the white genocide conspiracy theory. Officially, the group rejects white supremacy, right? Wink, wink. Although it has significant ties with white supremacist groups. Members have participated in multiple racist events and events centered around anti-left violence, with a former member organizing the Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville. The organization glorifies violence, and the Southern Poverty Law Center has called it an alt-right fight club. In late November 2018, it was reported the FBI had classified the Proud Boys as an extremist group with ties to white supremacy or white nationalism. 2 weeks later, at an FBI briefing in Clark County, Washington, law enforcement officials denied that it was their intent to classify the entire group in this manner and ascribed the mistake to a misunderstanding. When have y'all heard the FBI backtrack on anything with black folks?
Right.
Like, when have y'all heard? Like, pay attention, family. All right. During the briefing, FBI agents suggested using websites for more information, including the Southern Poverty as a Law Center as a resource. The officials said that their intent was to characterize the possible threat from certain members of the group. See how they do? Certain members. The organization has been described as a hate group by NPR's The Takeaway and by the Southern Poverty Law Center in February 2019, despite having said that he broke his ties with the group in November 2018. McGinnis filed a federal defamation suit against the Southern Poverty Law Center over their, quote, hate group designation. But I thought he wasn't with them no more. Okay. Saying that it was untrue and had damaged his career. Pay attention. In 2019, 2 Proud Boys were sentenced to 4 years in prison for attempting gang assault, attempted assault, and other charges for a 2018 New York incident where they attacked individuals who prosecutors said were members of Antifa. The Proud Boys have been banned by Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. All right, y'all. So y'all know who the Proud Boys are now. Again, we have already broke that down to y'all. We have already gave you information on it. So basically what has happened is during the, most of y'all know this, during the debate last night, or excuse me, on Tuesday night, the moderator asked Trump about white supremacist groups and basically, would he denounce white supremacist groups, while Trump actually denied it. And I want to get, I'm going through the transcripts because I want to tell you exactly what was said again, because most of y'all heard it. SYKO played it in the clip. But SYKO, you want to say something for a minute? I'm going to find the exact quote. In the transcript. Okay.
Yeah. This like Renee said, we talked about these motherfuckers in the past, as well as other groups. My only issue is they only kept it at the Proud Boys. They kind of stayed away from the Boogaloo Boys and the 3%ers and all these other radical groups that we spoke on in the past. And they just kept it on them. And they kind of. It's actually worse groups than the Proud Boys, and the Proud Boys are bad, but it's worse groups than them, and they kind of stayed away from them. Now they're going to be kind of like the Antifa part of the thing, where everything's just going to be called Proud Boys now. Everything's going to get thrown under the Proud Boy label instead of it being recognized that it's multiple groups out here to look out for, not just the Proud Boys. It's certain like the Boogaloo Boys. They dress different. They move a little bit different, and they're a little bit easier to spot, and it's that's why we did the stream that we did, was to identify these groups and let people know what it is they actually looking at and what they're looking for. Right. But yeah, you got the transcript?
Yeah, I got it ready, y'all. So, okay, this comes from USA Today. They have the full transcript. And so at 1 hour and 4 minutes and 23 seconds into the debate, Mike Wallace, who was the moderator, says, okay, you have repeatedly, talking to Trump, okay, you have repeatedly criticized the vice president for not specifically calling out Antifa and other left-wing groups. But are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of those cities, as we saw in Kenosha, as we've seen in Portland? Are you prepared specifically to do that? Trump says, sure, I'm prepared to do it. I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not the right wing. Okay? Wallace then says, so what do you say? And Trump says, I'm willing to do anything. I want to see peace. Wallace said, then do it, sir. Biden said, say it, do it, say it. And then Trump says, you want me to call them? ... What do you want me to call them? Give me a name. Give me a... And then Wallace said, white supremacists and white supremacists and right wing. Then Biden says, the Proud Boys. Now let me just pause there. I wish Biden would not have said Proud Boys. I wish he would not have said that. And I'm gonna tell you why in a second. But Biden says, so again, Wallace says white supremacists and white supremacists and right wing. Biden says the Proud Boys. And then Trump says, Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what, somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left, because this is not a right-wing problem. This is a left-wing problem. Then that's when Biden said, his own FBI director said, white supremacists. Antifa is an idea, not an organization. Militia, and he started talking and Trump cut him off and said, oh, you've got to be kidding me. And then basically from there, Wallace ends up saying, gentlemen, we're done, sir. We're going on to the next thing. Trump does go on to say, before they move on to the next thing, Antifa is a dangerous radical group. And then Wallace said, gentlemen, we're now moving on to the Trump and Biden records. All right. So let's address what was said. Okay. And my thing that I really noticed was that, and then we'll talk about what Trump said the following day, Wednesday. But let's address first what he said in this respect to the debate, right? So here's the thing. I am pissed that Biden said Proud Boys, because Proud Boys really did two things. It gave Trump a way out from having to say white supremacy, okay? It gave him a way out for that. And secondly, it really helped to promote the Proud Boys. They're relishing in them, okay, which we'll also talk about in a second. But here's the thing. If you notice that when you listen to Trump speak, and he even ever tries to speak about anything racially, he will refuse to say the word white supremacy, white supremacist. He will not say it. He will not say it. I have seen reporters trying to basically force him to say those words, and he will avoid it at all costs. He literally asked Mike Wallace, what should I call them? He literally said, you want to call them ... What do you want to call them? Give me a name. Give me ... Wallace literally responds and says, white supremacists and right wing. Trump would not say it, and then that's when Biden said Proud Boys, and then Trump said Proud Boys. So Trump refuses to acknowledge white supremacy. We know because, number one, he's a major part of it. He's a beneficiary of it. And the first premise, I tell y'all this all the time, the first tenet of white supremacy is deception, right? You pretend it doesn't exist. You don't acknowledge it. You do everything you can to stay away from affirming that this is the real thing. And now, if y'all also been keeping up with some of the stuff that has gone on, when he had the interview with Bob Woodward, And all of that information came out just within the last couple weeks or whatnot, or within the last month, which is where he was talking about how he knew coronavirus was very deadly and how he downplays and all that. During that interview, Bob Woodward asked him, he said, me and you, we're privileged white guys, we came from money, we came from these backgrounds, my dad was a judge, your dad was this, that, and the other. And, we came from white privilege. So he was trying to get Trump to acknowledge white privilege, white supremacy. Trump got pissed. What are you talking about? He was infuriated. And so you see a pattern that he is unwilling to acknowledge something that we all know is real and exists. And the very sad part about it is, I expect for the Trump supporters to go along with that. But you have Black people out here who are out here talking about we should vote for Trump and supporting Trump. And they will support somebody who just even refuses to acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? He refuses to even say those words. So I just want y'all to pay attention to that. Whenever he's asked about white supremacy, he will never, ever, ever say those words. And the only reason he admitted to Proud Boys or said them is because his back was against the wall. And he basically had two choices. One, say white supremacist groups, which is what Mike Wallace was telling him to say, or to say what Biden said and say Proud Boys. So he chose to say Proud Boys was a better option for him than saying, white supremacy. So I just want to bring that to y'all's attention. Psycho, you want to say something on that?
No. Outside of, but I like I just said, I wish he didn't just keep it at Proud Boys. Like you said, kind of gave it out, because now everybody going to focus on that organization. Like you said, it actually put light on them. Because a lot of people didn't know who the fuck these motherfuckers was. You know how many motherfuckers was sitting up there trying to research who the fuck the Proud Boys was after that debate on Tuesday that had no clue. So it's like, but like people that are into politics and into race issues, they know who the Proud Boys are. But the average everyday Joe don't know who the fuck they are. So it definitely gave them a new base, almost free promotion. In today's times, being a white supremacist is kind of the new cool. It's kind of cool to be a white supremacist in white society now. Like it ain't frowned upon. That we in a new era now where, it's kind of like, it's embraced. It's looked at, it's the new edgy, to be an open white supremacist. You know what I'm saying? Because all you could do is just play the little bullshit ass game where I ain't really a white supremacist. It's all about my culture. I just want to embrace my culture. I should be allowed to embrace my culture too, and everything else. We know what the fuck that shit mean, dog. We know what the fuck that shit mean. They try to appeal to other motherfucking I hate to use this term, but quote unquote minorities. Whatever. Like to embrace their cultures or whatever, and whatever the case may be. So they try to play on that. Like these motherfuckers ain't been embracing their culture. Motherfucker, exactly. We are the United Snakes of America with 3 Ks. What the fuck? When have y'all motherfuckers ever not embraced your culture? You motherfuckers have always boldly embraced your culture. And I don't know where this little fake ass victimhood card that these little white nationalist groups like to play up, where white culture is under attack and all this other shit. Bullshit. Because most of these motherfucking quote unquote, again, I hate to use this term, but minorities, majority of the minorities in this fucking country is whitewashed to death. All the motherfuckers are trying to be white and they embrace white culture more than you motherfuckers. Truth be fucking told, these motherfuckers love white culture. These motherfuckers embrace the fuck out of white culture. Your culture is not under attack. That is bullshit. I don't like. So this shit be like, I always zone out on these little white nationalists with their fake ass victimhood and shit. I get a chuckle out of it listening to that shit though. And then because some of the shit that they complain about and they cry about it's like, this is what you motherfuckers are mad about? Really? These are your problems? Right. If these are your problems, I'll be up on here. If black people had white people problems, and that's what the fuck they be bitching about, I'll be on here sounding like a goddamn coon, because I'll be telling them, shut the fuck up, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. It ain't that bad. You're black in a black country. You're black in a black country that we built with a system around us, motherfuckers. Stop crying. Stop crying. These other motherfuckers got reason to cry. They under our system. They got a reason to cry. I'll be sounding like a goddamn coon if we had white people problems. But we don't have white people problems, so I ain't gonna be sounding like that. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous when you think about it. But go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
Okay, no, you're good. So let's just let's address this, okay? So Trump said to stand back and stand by, right? Because when he was telling them to stand down, when he told them to stand down, Trump refused to say stand down. Okay, now he later said it, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Okay, but during the debate, he refused to say stand down. So instead, he said stand back and stand by. So let me give y'all a little bit of information on that. So what I saw a lot of people saying were trying to say, oh, well, that didn't mean anything. It's the same thing as meaning stand down. Well, no, it's actually not. And Merriam-Webster's dictionary had put out the definition for stand back and stand by. Okay, they put it on their Twitter because a lot of people were getting things very conflated. Stand down is typically referenced in a military, is usually associated with the military. Okay, and stand down basically means to be relieved of your duty. Okay, to be done with your duty, relieved of it, it's over. Okay, stand down. All right, yeah, stand down. Okay, now stand back, which is what he said. Trump said stand back and stand by. He did not say stand down during the debate. We had this argument last night on the panel on Maurice Delp thing. He might be listening, and people might be listening. We went over there, and they was trying to challenge me. I told them put money up, because he said stand down. No, he didn't. During the debate, he did not say stand down. So stand back, the definition is to take a few steps backward. That is the definition for stand back. The definition for stand by is to be present while something bad is happening, but fail to take any action to stop it. But here's the second definition: to support or remain loyal. Okay? So be on standby. Wait, hold on, just step back, right? Which the definition is take a few steps back and stand by, right? Which means, stay ready, stay loyal, stay down, but you just got to stand back and stand by for right now. So what ended up happening was, the Proud Boys loved it. The Proud Boys shared it all. And the Proud Boys became emboldened by it. This is the article from CBS News. Proud Boys are emboldened by President Trump's language, former member said. After President Trump resisted condemning white supremacists and told the Proud Boys to, quote, stand back and stand by at Tuesday's presidential debate, the group added the phrase to its online logo. Law enforcement and former group members say the president's comments will embolden many factions of the group that hold extreme racist views. In recent months, Proud Boys have patrolled streets and held demonstrations to counter what they claim is violence from anti-fascist extremists, but their presence has provoked violence in cities like Portland and Kalamazoo, Michigan. The group was founded in 2016. We already talked about that. The group was founded in 2016 by Vice Media co-founder and self-described provocateur Gavin McInnes, who I just told y'all about, who has often preached language condoning violence. Now remember, these are the people who talk about black on black crime, right? This is the side of this is a side that talks about black on black crime, how violent black people are, right? This is what they say. But this man, he condones violence, all right? You have to be a Western chauvinist, he said, explaining the origins of the group. We beat the crap out of them. We're not going to pick fights, but if they pick with us, we're going to finish them. Even though there's so many documentation, videos, etc., that shows they initiate violence. Former members say its nationalist message has provided cover for white supremacists. It evolved into this other thing, said comedian Dante Nero, who was an early member of the group. It started to grow. I went on the Facebook page and there was all this racist stuff on the Facebook page. The Proud Boys deny that they are a white supremacist group. There's not too many racists and white supremacists that actually admit to being white supremacists. Nero told CBS News correspondent Jeff Pegus, hello? Thank you. Like, how many? There's a handful of white supremacists who will acknowledge being white supremacists. Like, let's be clear. If you're talking about the people who are more out front with you know, kind of antiquated groups like the KKK and kind of the outdated white supremacists, right? Those people may be more out front with it, but a lot of these hipster races, okay, the younger crop of races, the new wave, absolutely.
The Richard Spencer type, like
right,
races.
Right, exactly. The hipster types, the younger types, the new wave types. They're not gonna say they're white supremacists. They're gonna play these little word games with you. They're gonna do semantics with you. They're gonna throw up the okay sign and act like, huh? That just means okay. Like you're a fool, like you're an idiot. Those are the games the new ones play. All right, the Proud Boys deny that they are a white supremacist group. Of course. Okay, let me go down. Asked if he thinks Mr. Trump is speaking their language, Nero said, absolutely. It's on their website. They're emboldened by it. They feel like they are the guardians to make America great again, he said, according to the FBI. Now, I just want to point that out, too. You know, Trump's whole slogan with this campaign and continuing is MAGA, you know, make America great again. I think now he's saying keep America great or something like that. But, you know, that whole slogan, it absolutely emboldened the white supremacists. So you see that the Proud Boys have adapted that, and that's what they take on the challenge. That's what they're doing. They're making America great again. According to the FBI, violence from white supremacist group is the single biggest threat to national security. Hello. As the president owns FBI director testified last month. Okay. So again, like I told y'all know, as racist as the FBI is, I read to y'all how the FBI even try to say, oh, well, some of them, right? Because a lot of them are down with it. You know, there's been other documentation to come out to show how heavy white supremacist infiltration is in the police department, which is something Black people been knowing since forever. The KKK and the police have always been one and the same going back historically. And today they're not KKK, but they're just white supremacists. And they're with different groups and affiliations. Today it's the very same thing. So we've been knowing that, we've been talking about that. So yeah, pretty much that's what's going on. So now they came out with a new online logo. Y'all can see it on the thumbnail. I put it on there. Now they're cheering it on. They're happy that Trump has acknowledged them. They're embracing what's being said. Now you've had Amazon come out because they moved fast and they hurry up and put out merch. They hurry up and put out merch on different sites was going up that has stand back and stand by on there. So Amazon came out today and said that they are shutting down the selling of any products with, you know, that phrase on there, because they already started saying, hey, we about to make our coin off of this. We're embracing it. It's a good thing. Now, last night, as I was telling y'all, me and Psycho went on this panel. We was going in, y'all. And last night, you had people up there trying to defend Proud Boys, including Maurice Delk, who's biracial, trying to defend Proud Boys and trying to say that they are not a white supremacist group, a white supremacist organization, when that's false. You know, you have a lot of people gaslighting Black people right now and gaslighting people, you know, that what we know, we don't really know. Okay, what's true isn't really true. No, they're not really racist. Yes, they are. Like, let's keep it a buck. So here's my thing in terms of that. Now, you had Gavin McInnes, right, who was affiliated with Vice and all of that. And he was concerned about his own personal career in reference to them being documented as a hate group, all right? And through pressure of that, you've seen the FBI try to come and say, oh, well, some of the people, right? Some of them do it. But in general, here's the thing. Where are the Proud Boys coming out today as an organization condemning what was said about them? Where are they coming out saying, we are offended, we are upset, we are angered, that we are referenced as a white supremacist group? We're holding a press conference. The leaders of our group are going to come out and show we're doing this. We're working with Black people and other groups and in the community. We're doing positive things. We're not causing violence. We're not harming people. We're not attacking people. We don't have racist language on our site. We don't have racist language in our Facebook group. We don't support any of that. Where are they at saying that? So essentially, you have these coons, keep it above, Black people coming out saying this, and these other white people coming out who are fighting harder for Proud Boys in terms of being white supremacists than Proud Boys are.
No, I'll shoot you one better. I'll shoot you one better. These Black conservatives are out here fighting for the Proud Boys harder than they fought for Breonna Taylor.
Facts. Now, see, that's the point. See, they try to say, oh, it's evidence that she was working with a drug dealer, but we got all this evidence on Proud Boys, but they defending that though, right? But they saying Proud Boys ain't racist. What you think you see or know was not true. But y'all didn't do that about Breonna Taylor though. Y'all didn't talk about how when they went up in there, they didn't find nothing. Y'all didn't talk about how she wasn't never caught with nothing. Y'all didn't talk about that though. But on Proud Boys, y'all roll out all of this defending, right? Y'all put y'all cape on for Proud Boys when everybody knows what they are, and Proud Boys ain't denying it. As a group, they don't deny it. They don't deny what they are. They don't deny who they are. So why you trying to defend them? So y'all, it's just a bunch of mess going on. I think, Psycho, did you want to talk about the dude real quick that they're trying to use as they
token minority. We get on that clown. You want me to go in on him
go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, I don't even remember this dude's name. But they after the original leader of the Proud Boys distanced himself from the Proud Boys, they found themselves a new leader, and they decided to go a different route with the new leader because, you know, they kind of wanted to do what they was doing, but do it under the guise of, like Renee was saying, you know, be white supremacists while not identifying as exactly white supremacists. You know, they want to do it under the guise of some bullshit ass manosphere shit, because let's not get it twisted. They started with the manosphere, right? And I ain't talking about the black manosphere, that not them blue pill simps. I'm talking about the original manosphere, the real manosphere, where the black manosphere branched off from. You know, I'm not the real manosphere with the white motherfuckers, with all these 4chan ass racist motherfuckers and shit. You know what I mean? All the white nationalists and all these other motherfuckers, a whole bunch of white nationalists and racist ass motherfuckers is a part of the original manosphere, right? Hence why these motherfuckers had to branch off away from the original manosphere, not because of racism, because the black manosphere don't give a fuck about racism. They don't care about that shit. They deny it exists. You know, these motherfuckers, they cape for every racist known on the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? So they don't give a fuck about racists, right? They cool being around racists. The problem is the racists ain't cool with they Becky fetish. They Becky fetish became a problem for the original manosphere. One, these motherfuckers, they not blue pill, right? So they not really, you know, fucking with women like that. They realize these fuckers are blue pill. Not only are they blue pill, they try to fuck our women. You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem because these motherfuckers, they not with the swirl. You know, they don't have the, you know, they not these fake ass conservatives like these black conservatives, right? Like they don't believe in the race mixing, right? They real conservatives, right? They really try to conserve the white race, right? When black conservatives, they frauds. They're frauds. They just a bunch of self-hating ass anti-left liberal motherfuckers. They hate the left. There's a bunch of motherfuckers who hate the left. Why, I do not know, because without the left, they wouldn't be able to have these fetishes that they have. Anyways, I digress. They hate the fucking left. And these motherfuckers, like, and that's pretty much they gimmick. You know, they self-haters, you know, it is what it is. But these white motherfuckers, these Proud Boy type motherfuckers, everything else, though, they real conservatives, right? So, like, you get these motherfucking white supremacists, you know what I'm saying? And these motherfuckers started off with the original manosphere and kind of branched away and started doing some other shit. You know, they still got that manosphere shit going on because, like Renee said, they identify as chauvinists. That's they kind of identify as that. So, you know, so they definitely bringing that manosphere type energy. You know what I'm saying? But again, we are talking about real manosphere motherfuckers. You know, I'm gonna keep the manosphere what the manosphere originally was, not the splinter group, because that's something completely different. I'm talking about what the real manosphere started off being, right? They keep it true to that, right? So this motherfucker, they started off, and then they started getting associated with white supremacy. They didn't like that shit. Well, the founder didn't like it, so he distanced himself. Now the group didn't give a fuck because they got white supremacists in there. They cool. They wanted to be a white supremacist group, right? But they also wanted to still be able to recruit, and they wanted to get some. They wanted to kind of try to change the image a little bit. So they needed a token. They needed a token minority motherfucker, and this is now the new leader of the Proud Boys. Again, I forgot this motherfucker's name. But he's everywhere. They are, you know, he is their newfound leader. And it's quite obvious why they decided to make this motherfucker the new leader. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a little bit darker than the average Proud Boy, right? Now you'll hear motherfuckers when they try to say the Proud Boys aren't racist. You will hear motherfuckers quick to bring up the fact that they quote unquote leader is a black man. Now, y'all can take a good look at this motherfucker right here, and y'all know on this channel, we don't play these little one-drop fuckboy games that people love to fucking play. Last night we was arguing with some white people, Trump supporters. And these motherfuckers are trying to say that this motherfucker was black. And me and Renee was like, who? This motherfucker? You mean this motherfucker right here? You said this is a black man? Man, if y'all don't stop fucking playing, this motherfucker is Tiana. He is Tiana, right? It looked like he might be Tiano and European. Look like he's a mixture of Tiano and European. I'm willing to bet this motherfucker got more European DNA than African DNA. I'm willing to bet that. I'm willing to bet this motherfucker got more European DNA than African DNA. He's probably like the typical motherfucker down there of this ilk. This motherfucker probably got a European, native / Tiano, and maybe a small percentage of African DNA in him. I'm willing to bet that would be his DNA test if he ever took one. Just off looking at him and studying DNA tests. Right? But this is not a black man. What he is a token. He's one of these close enough Negroes. Yeah, he's one of these close enough Negroes. He's the Obama. He's the Kamala Harris. He's close enough to be a Negro the way they can say, we got a black man as our fucking leader. How can we be racist? Like that shit means anything. Motherfuckers act like people like motherfucking Jesse Lee Peterson could not be the head of a fucking white supremacist group. Like, cause Jesse Lee Peterson and ABL is a part of this group can't be racist. Like, what the fuck? What? Are you shitting me? They're the black motherfuckers. They not even mixed. They not Tiano. They ain't none of that. These are actually black motherfuckers. And if they was a part of an organization, you still cannot say that. Matter of fact, if they are part of any organization, I'm looking at that as a racist organization. Any organization that ABL, Jesse Lee Peterson, Brandon Tatum, Kundis Owens, anything that they are a part of, I am looking at as racist. And they're black. I don't give a fuck that they black. You know how many motherfucking coons is out here that will throw us under a fucking bus and have no issues working, being around, befriending, motherfucking marrying, fucking, motherfucking known fucking racist? I just sat up here and watched some wannabe fake ass motherfucking female pro-black general, allegedly, get her ass in front of a white motherfucking crowd yesterday and start tuning her motherfucking ass off. Like, am I supposed to believe because somebody other than a white person is a part of the organization, somehow or another that means that organization cannot be fucking racist? Go fuck yourself. There's too many coons out here. Too many coons out here. Too many self-haters. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
And I got some more information on him. Whenever you ready.
I'm ready. Go ahead.
All right. So let me give y'all this. Just want to give y'all this. Couple things. First of all, this comes from CNN Politics. Came from today. Leader of Proud Boys also leads grassroots group Latinos for Trump. This is real short, and I got something that go along with this. The leader of the Proud Boys, far-right group thrust into the spotlight earlier this week during a presidential debate, is also the leader of the grassroots group, Latinos for Trump. I'm gonna give you his name, y'all. Enrique.
Latinos for Trump. See, now, but see how he's Latino 1 minute, black the next. My bad. Go ahead. I know Latino in the race, but still, when they say Latinos, we know what they're talking about. My bad. Go ahead.
Enrique Tarrio. That's his name. Let me say that again. Enrique Tarrio. Pay attention to that. Just hold tight. Told CNN on Thursday that there are 2 Latinos for Trump movement. One is run by the campaign, while the other is a grassroots movement started in 2016. News of Terrio's ties to the grassroots movement supporting the president comes days after President Donald Trump refused to disavow white supremacists during Tuesday's presidential debate, instead using his allotted time to blame violence on what he called Antifa and the left, and to tell the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by. The day after the debate, Trump claimed he had no idea who the Proud Boys were, right? Then all of a sudden he didn't know who they were the next day. Based in Miami, the grassroots group headed by Tarrio has been active during 2020 election cycle, knocking on doors during the coronavirus pandemic to reach potential voters. Speaking to CNN on Thursday, Tarrio said his Latinos for Trump group believes all gun laws are unconstitutional. Shortly after Trump's remarks during the debate, his words were embraced in memes and other social media posts by accounts that purported to be from Proud Boys members. Some emblazoned the phrase "stand back" and "stand by" onto the group's logos, while others treated the president's choice of words, "stand by," as sort of a rallying cry and have since been promoting it. Although it claims a diverse membership, Terrio says he is Cuban American. The Proud Boys group lists among its central tenets a belief in, quote, closed borders in the aim of reinstating a spirit of Western chauvinism. The Anti-Definition League has labeled the Proud Boys ideology misogynistic and all this other stuff. All right, now let me give y'all this. Hold tight. This comes from the Insider. The Proud Boys chairman, Enrique Terrio, says members of the Extremist organization are running for office, and you might not know if you're voting for one. So pay attention. Let me just give y'all this real quick. All right. The Proud Boys was thrust into the national spotlight Tuesday. We know that when President Donald Trump asked to denounce white nationalists, he denied. He told them, stand back, stand by. All right. The male-only right-wing extremist organization supports more guns, less government. Yet they support the president. I don't get that. Less government, though, right? Okay. And closed borders, and seeks to venerate the housewife. And pay attention to that, because me and Psycho I want to say something. Psycho probably don't want to say something on there too, but venerate the housewife. Just pay attention to that. Anyway, its members often host counter-protests at rallies held by left-wing activists, ramping up in recent months in reaction to Black Lives Matter demonstrations. The encounters often result in violence. The Southern Poverty Law Center has designated the Proud Boys as a hate group, and Facebook attempted to ban pages and accounts associated with the organization in 2018 after members assaulted protesters in New York. All right, so Enrique Terrio, the international, pay attention to that. So they're using him internationally, right? And again, that's not a black man. And see, that pic that Psycho put up is actually very misleading. If you look at other pictures of him, you can clearly see he is not black. But anyway, Enrique Terrio, the international chairman of the Proud Boys, told Insider the group was becoming more politically organized for this year's elections. Chapters around the U.S. are working to elect dozens of its members who are running for office in local, state, and federal positions, Terrio said, moving beyond the organization's street rally roots. It's not as powerful as the dry ink on a piece of paper of running for congressman, senator, or city official, Terrio said. The next step in the evolution is to be the change that you are pushing as an activist. Quote, no matter what side you're on. Yeah, right. You might not, now this was the Insider said, you might not know you're voting for Proud Boy. So just how many Proud Boys members there is a matter of dispute. Terrio told Insider that he counted about 22,000 men around the world to be members, and that at least 30 of them were running in this year's election. Vegas Tenold, an investigative researcher for the Anti-Defamation League Center on Extremism, says he doubts international membership is as high as Terrio claims, as there has been a rally with more than 400 self-identified Proud Boys. He does believe, though, that Proud Boys members are most likely running for election and that some may not want their affiliation known. Terrio declined to name members running for office, but said positions being sought range from city councils to U.S. Congress. We have our guys who are running for office, and we'll be busy door knocking pretty much across the country, he told Insider. We're focused on the election and getting our favorite candidates elected, including our guys. Terrio, a Cuban American, ran for office earlier this year. He dropped out before last month's primary to represent Florida's 27th congressional district after fundraising struggles. He told Insider there were already Proud Boys members in Congress, but he did not name any sitting politician, noting that identified members often receive threats. Really, just for the safety and protection of the people running, and myself included, I can't really give you names, Terrio said. People may not even know that they're voting for a member of the group. Last year, a 32-year-old member with a criminal history was appointed to the City Commission in Fennellville, Michigan. It wasn't until a week into his appointment that his history was discovered. Now, you know that could never happen to nobody black. The Detroit News reported at the time. Terrio told Insider the group wasn't composed of just Republicans. Yeah, right. I mean, most of the Proud Boys are obviously Trump supporters. But that doesn't mean that if you don't have a certain belief, we don't accept you, Terrio said. It's a men's drinking club. It's not a conservative drinking club. Okay. The vibe among those who attend rallies, though, is overwhelmingly right-leaning and extreme. Terrio tried to distance the Proud Boys from white supremacy and violence, but the history is there. At Tuesday's presidential debate, Trump was asked, let me just jump down to what Terrio said. Terrio said the Proud Boys denounced white supremacy and that a Republican voting record was not necessary to be a member. But while the group's leadership has tried to distance it from white supremacy and violence, the links are well documented. Jason Kessler, a primary organizer of the 2017 Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, is a former member. Several members, including Terrio, attended the rally, which included a violent demonstration that ended in the killing of counter-protester Heather Heyer. The Republican operative Roger Stone I told y'all about him, has repeatedly used Proud Boys members as security while attending events and posed with members of the group flashing a white power symbol in 2018. Okay, I think it was put up earlier this year. Also that year, several members were arrested after a brawl broke out outside a Republican club in Manhattan following an appearance by the Proud Boys founder, Gavin McInnes. Some members espouse white supremacist and anti-Semitic ideologies and may even engage with white supremacist groups. But members represent a range of ethnic backgrounds according to the ADL. Ethnic, not racial, okay? The ADL describes the group as primarily alt-light. It says its views are misogynistic, Islamophobic, transphobic, and anti-immigrant. All of the group's members have accepted Proud Boys tenets and attend at least one chapter meeting at local bars a month. The tenets include declaring oneself a Western chauvinist who refuses to apologize for creating the modern world, whatever that means. The national constitution and bylaws in the group also include rules about masturbation and flip-flop bans, a dress code.
Wait,
let me click on it because they got it highlighted. Let me click on it because it's highlighted. Let me see. All right. They got the bylaw. It links to the bylaws. So let me see what it comes up with.
These motherfuckers on fucking male organization. These motherfuckers have rules on masturbate. What the fuck?
Let me see. I'm scrolling through to try to find
Man, listen, it's 2020. I don't be trusting motherfuckers. I'm side-eyed everything nowadays, man. Motherfuckers, man, listen, especially these all-men organizations and everything else. And you got motherfuckers up here showing off their thighs and doing all types of and messing around with flowers and all this whole other shit, anything else. Now, I don't know about these manosphere male spaces, and these are manosphere dudes. Right, I told you these motherfuckers come from the main. So so I don't be trusting this shit, man. It be too much, man. Listen, man, that shit, I don't know, man. It be too much shit going on over there, man. It's just too easy for them alphabet boys to creep up in there and just be a part of something. I don't trust it. I don't trust it.
Okay, so let's see. Here are the laws I'm scrolling through, but I just want to say this real quick. SYKO, do you know this? that so many of their tenants, like you were saying earlier, they mirror the Black manosphere. So these
they are manosphere. They're the original manosphere.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. They ripped off of all of this off of white men, racist white men who hate you. And y'all have ripped their stuff and accepting it as your own. When it said in that article about venerate the housewife, who do you hear talking a lot of this type of rhetoric, right? Shut up. Don't say nothing. And they're putting that type of mentality. The woman is beneath you and all of that kind of stuff. That's not really something Black men stood on. This is something that white men always stood on. White men stood for that in that type of way. Now, I'm not talking about the feminist element. I get that. But in terms of I'm talking of basic respect or things like that, they're getting a lot of this stuff from these white men that's pushing this rhetoric. And then the masturbation thing, I'm trying to get that right now, but I've seen a lot of dudes talk about the anti-fapping or semen retention or something like that I've seen some of these dudes talk about. So it's interesting that so many, you know how Black women are always talked about as, oh, y'all got this from feminism, y'all, the feminist movement. Well, it's the same thing. But these men who uphold a lot of this stuff, they won't acknowledge that. They won't acknowledge that they got so much of this from these white men. They're riffing off of these white men and they're taking on a lot of things that they put forth. So I just find that interesting. But let me get this masturbation thing. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, let's see. Let me just read these. I
still can't believe you said they got masturbation rules. Like, I need to... It's just crazy. You there, Renee?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to find it.
Oh, you can't find it? You can't find it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I thought you had it pulled up. All right, don't worry about it. That's just crazy. They got rules on masturbation. That's some ugly. That's ugly.
Oh, no, wait. Here it is.
You found it? Okay.
Yes, I did, y'all. I found it. All right. So this is under their traditions, okay? And under their traditions, it's under letter G. No wanks. No wanks. No heterosexual brother of the fraternity shall masturbate more than one time in any calendar month. The act occurs during a consensual sexual contact with a female who is not a prostitute. All members shall abstain from pornography. Wait, let me read it.
That's not masturbation. That's a hand job. What are they talking about? Are you only allowed to get one hand job a month? Like, what? That's the dick police. Y'all motherfuckers, and these Vegas-sphere motherfuckers be sitting up here always calling us the fucking dick police. That's dick policing. Y'all wanna know what dick policing is? That motherfucker, that shit right there, that is the ultimate dick policing. You are telling motherfuckers they cannot, not only are you not allowed to get pussy, you can only get a hand job once a fucking month. That is dick policing. So when you motherfuckers want up here and start calling people dick police, though, point to the Proud Boys. Point to them motherfuckers. They the real dick police. I'm sorry, I had to get that out. Go ahead, you can finish.
Yeah, no, I just want to read that one more time for y'all, okay? It's letter G on one of their lists. No wanks. And by the way, this is their official constitution and bylaws. So they have the link directly to it, okay, y'all? So this is not like just something fabricated. This is their real thing. Like, it literally takes you. It's on officialproudboys.com. All right. G, no wank. No heterosexual brother of the fraternity, which leaves the question, so can a homosexual do it? But anyway, no heterosexual brother of the fraternity shall masturbate more than one time in any calendar month. The act occurs during a consensual sexual contact with a female who is not a prostitute. All members shall abstain from pornography. okay? So I'm gonna read it one more time. No heterosexual brother of the fraternity shall masturbate more than one time in any calendar month. The act occurs during a consensual sexual contact with a female who is not a prostitute. All members shall abstain from pornography.
No tricking. And no porn either, no Pornhub. Oh, these motherfuckers, these black man spit motherfuckers get kicked out. They get kicked out. And my question is this, yo. Seriously. Who the fuck is regulating this shit? Like, how the fuck do you regulate how many times the motherfuckers masturbating and how they're masturbating and everything? How are y'all regulating this shit? Can somebody, like, how? I need to know these things, because this shit is very weird. This is some other shit.
And that's not gay?
Gay as fuck to be sitting up here stressed out about what these motherfuckers doing with their dick. That's very, that's
and because it denotes at the beginning no heterosexual brother. See, that opens the door, because now you're specifying the heterosexual one. Shouldn't you say no brother of the fraternity? Shouldn't you have said that? Why do you say no heterosexual brother of the fraternity? So now you're basically opening the door to saying something else. And I'ma just keep it a buck. I bet a lot of them, because a lot of them white boys,
wasn't Mo last night talking about he a proud boy on some other shit and everything else? Mo, yeah. You sure about that, dog? You listening? You sure about that? Yeah. Wait till next time I see that motherfucker. I'm gonna ask him about his proud boyness.
I'm gonna put the link in the chat for y'all. I'm putting it in there right now.
Word out. I'm gonna ask him about his proud boyness and find out.
Y'all can look this up for yourself.
I hope your white girl knows she can only jerk you off once a month, else you in trouble. If she jerking you off more than once a month, you in trouble, motherfucker. I'm stitching. Man. I'm stitching.
Oh my gosh! Like, how would you know? Who's gonna know?
That's the question I want to know. Who's regulating all this shit? Seriously. Who? How?
Ooh. Man.
I don't know. Family, I don't know, man. Like I tell you, man, these little gender groups, all these little gender groups and all this other stuff and anything else, like these shits all got like gay undertones to them. Mm-hmm. They all do. Don't think these gay people see these little groups and they attach themselves to these groups. Why wouldn't they?
But they said they proud chauvinists, though, right? I mean, my idea of chauvinist is usually like you can do what you want with women. Like you the leader. It don't matter. It don't matter what she. Yeah. So
grab by the pussy, bitch out. Yeah.
But
smacking the ass. If she walks by, you like what you see, just smacking the ass.
Right. So y'all proud chauvinists, but y'all put parameters on people's sexual yeah. I can't. Y'all are proud chauvinists, but you put parameters on other members. If y'all know what I mean. You put a parameter on their rod, if you will. But y'all proud chauvinists, so I don't understand that.
It's weird. It's weird.
That's really strange. Wow, that done threw me for a loop.
I see why they so violent. I see why they so violent and shit. These motherfuckers backed up. I see why they so fucking. They got all that pent up motherfucking anger and frustration and shit. They gotta let that shit out. I see why these motherfuckers be trying to run people over with cars and everything. Like these motherfuckers nuts. Like, these motherfuckers backed up, man. This is what happens, man. When y'all motherfuckers act like y'all don't need no motherfucking pussy in your life. This is what happens. Y'all motherfuckers. Hey man, I don't advise it, family. Don't listen to these motherfuckers.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay, well, chauvinist, a person displaying aggressive or exaggerated patriotism. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily refer to, because you know everybody's heard the term male chauvinist pig or male chauvinist or something like that. Oh gosh. It says, how can you tell the difference between a misogynist and chauvinist? Oh Lord.
Don't give me shit. There we go. We done went down the rabbit hole.
It says it's an equal. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Because I'm just saying, y'all proud chauvinists, but you put parameters on other men's private. I'm just, and I mean, that's crazy to me because who's monitoring? Like, how is that monitored? And then think about it. So, are they asking? Like, do they ask these men literally, how many times have you masturbated? Like, tell me that's not gay. So, like, in their meetings that they have, that they're supposed to go to, like, once a month or whatever, or their meetings that they have, do they ask the other members, like, and how many times have you masturbated this month? Like, what the hell? And then how, like, does somebody snitch on somebody else? Like, one dude, like, yeah, he did it twice this month, and it wasn't even with a woman. How would they know? Like, I'm confused. Y'all.
Yeah, they said can't be with a prostitute and all this other stuff, which again screws a lot of these tricking motherfuckers. So like, can't even be with, you gotta be. So who is this, with your wife? If it's with your wife and your girl, if it's with your wife and your girl, how you go? So you making your wife and your girl hold out for 30 days?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Are these just like, you know, one night stands, and that's kind of a weird one night stand to go out with a girl just to get a hand job? You can't.
I couldn't leave it alone. Oh, you
just to get a hand job. And why are they calling a hand job masturbation? That is not masturbation. Masturbation you are by yourself. It's
by
just
yourself.
You.
Yeah.
You don't
exactly.
Love.
That's so weird.
I can't.
That's really, really weird. So, in other words, okay, so let's say you did that for the 1 month or whatever. Your wife, you know, one of these Proud Boys, they already got it popping, like Enrique. So, him and his wife already did that once in a month, right? Let's say it's October 2nd, which is about to be where SYKO is at. It's October 2nd, and y'all already did that for the month. So you mean, like, let's say October 15th, she touches your, you know what, you say, oh, you can't do that. No.
Yeah. That's
like, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, later in the month, a couple of days later, and you know what I'm saying? She might be like, and he, no, don't touch me. Don't touch me, baby. Get your hand out. Get your hand out of my pocket.
That's a disaster. That's a disaster waiting to happen, man. Whoever found them stupid ass motherfucking rules, your girl gonna cheat on you so fucking fast, boy. Your girl ain't gonna be faithful.
Well, now I'm gonna be thinking something's going on. Like, I'm gonna be thinking, is he cheating? You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of women would think, because, you know, most men, you know, they want their woman to, you know what I'm saying? Like, she can, you know, whatever. And you try to do that to him, and he jump and he you can't do that, or he, you know what I'm saying? He doing things. It's like, you gonna be thinking, is he cheating? Is he gay? Is he need some Viagra?
And after she's done thinking about all that, she's gonna turn around like, should I cheat? Should I turn gay? Because she gonna want to get her rocks off. And this motherfucker gonna be a bullshit. She gonna go cheat on him. She gonna go cheat on him. That's what she gonna do. She ain't gonna be saying. I mean, and she ain't even getting off once a month because she's giving him. So what? I mean, what's he doing in return? I mean, is he allowed to rub her off? Is he allowed to do that? Like, is he allowed to lick some? Is he allowed to lick some? I mean, like, it's like, because they ain't say nothing about that. Like, okay, so you allowed to have a girl help you get off once a month, but how many times are you allowed to help her get off? Are you allowed to help her get off at all? Like, because if that's, again, because she's not going to sit there and stay around for that shit. She gonna go find her some motherfucking dick. That's just what the fuck it is. That's just what it is. Like, so I don't know, man. That shit madness to me.
Yeah, like, wow. Well, Proud Boys. Well, what's really good? Like, Maurice, you got some explaining to do, bruh. Like, you rock with this. You said you rock with this. So, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man.
It's what you. Okay, here was the article. Oh, wait. Here was the article from Medium.com. This was from 2018. It's titled, "Why Are the Proud Boys So Obsessed with Not Masturbating?" Masturbation bans are popular among organizations that seek to enhance group loyalty. Ooh. Over the past few days, the Proud Boys, a far-right men's club that celebrates Western chauvinism, have been all over the news. Mind you, this is 2018, y'all. After several members were involved in a violent altercation outside New York's Metropolitan Republican Club. Various articles have dissected the organization's numerous beliefs, including their enthusiastic support of violence, closed borders, and the patriarchy. Less discussed, however, is something the Proud Boys are emphatically against. If you want to be a true member of their club, you're required to give up masturbation. Or as the group likes to say, adopt their policy of no wank. How did the Proud Boys become so invested in eschewing masturbation? The story of no wanks is a surprising one, beginning with a Black liberal comedian, and this was the guy that was in that article that was talking, and self-help guru named Dante Nero, who turned Proud Boys founder McGinnis, so it came from a Black dude, Gavin McGinnis, onto the idea. For Nero, and I'm gonna have to look him up, giving up masturbation was a way to kickstart one's dating life. Rather than devoting sexual energies toward porn and solo sex, a practitioner of no wanks could refocus his energies toward making a connection with another person. And mind you, these are men making connections with men. So what? Okay. And indeed, a kernel of that sentiment still remains. The Proud Boys' website explained that no wanks gets young men off the couch and talking to women, and it gets married men away from their computers and back into bed with their significant other. When reached for comment for the piece through their Facebook page, a representative of Proud Boys responded, "We don't talk to journalists," and threatened legal action should this piece call us anything more villainous than a men's club. But there seems to be something more to no wanks than merely a desire to encourage Proud Boys to have healthier relationships. And it's something that connects the Proud Boys to a long tradition of organizations that seek to ensure their members' loyalty by policing their sexual behavior. In some sense, the no wanks requirement, which kicks in when the Proud Boys ascend to the second degree of Proud Boydom, can be thought of as a group bonding ritual, a way of connecting the organization's members to a mutual taboo. In the same way that Jews are bonded by a shared rejection of shellfish and pork, and Mormons by a collective refusal to imbibe mind-altering substances. The Proud Boys are connected through their mass rejection of masturbation and porn. Although not too connected, when a commenter on the Proud Boys Reddit board posted about the wet dreams he'd experienced a few weeks into his no wanks experience, he was met with revulsion rather than camaraderie, with a top response declaring, "I don't want to hear about it ever. If someone with a PB tattoo starts talking about their effing wet dreams, I'm gonna kick their A." And the Proud Boys are hardly the only organization to unite its members through a rejection of some sort of sexual practice. Although the organization's positions its rejection of masturbation as a way of pushing back against the decadence of modern liberal culture that's fueled by hookup apps and internet porn. Oh God, a suspicion of self-pleasure is hardly a modern phenomenon, okay? That ain't nothing new. The Catholic Church is a bedrock of the Western civilization that the Proud Boys so dearly adore, has long positioned self-love as a sin, and various religious figures and moral leaders throughout history have cast aspersion on the practice. It's easy to understand why masturbation bans are popular among organizations that seek to enhance loyalty. Masturbation is, on a fundamental level, a radical act of individuality. Engaging in masturbation serves no other purpose beyond giving pleasure to oneself. It encourages us to consider that what we want rather than what we are being told to do. This self-indulgence is often framed as a selfishness that prevents us from connecting with our partners, but it's also a way of staking out our individual identities, wholly apart from the larger group, a mindset that's hardly conducive to obeying an authoritarian leader, or in this case of the Proud Boys, enthusiastically and sometimes violently supporting a pro-Trump platform. Oh gosh, a man can only ejaculate if he is within 1 yard of a woman with her consent. And because masturbation is such a frequent and powerful urge for many of us, requiring someone to avoid it as a condition of being a member of a group can perversely help reinforce the importance of that group within a person's life. If every time you get the urge, they had this highlighted, the top highlight. If every time you get the urge to indulge in self-pleasure, you're forced to think instead about the organization that has banned you from masturbation, that group can feel increasingly essential to your life, purely by virtue of the fact that you cannot stop thinking about it. Wow. But perhaps more telling than the masturbation ban itself are the circumstances under which porn consumption and masturbation are occasionally allowed. Under the doctrine of no wanks, Proud Boys are allowed to watch porn and engage in masturbation once every 30 days, so long as one very specific requirement is met. A man can only ejaculate if he is within 1 yard of a woman with her consent. Or if you see porn and masturbation as just some unconscious itch that occasionally needs to be scratched, then this compromise offers Proud Boys a way to indulge their onistic, urges while maintaining the connection to a partner in a relationship. What? But if on the other hand, you see masturbation as a way of enjoying your body and taking time to focus on your own sexual well-being and pleasure, then the ritualistic setup takes on a more sinister cast. Rather than being allowed to take a moment for themselves and their sexuality, Proud Boys are required to repurpose even an experience as private and personal as masturbation into something overseen and regulated by another person, something subject to a restrictive set of rules. Okay, this is the last pair. And this could be the biggest reason why no wanks has become an essential component of the Proud Boys' way of life. Individual Proud Boys may find that giving up masturbation improves their sex lives, strengthens their relationships, and helps them focus more fully on creating the happy traditional families that their organization holds so dear. But in mass, Members of Proud Boys who adhere to no winks are being asked to give up a core aspect of their individuality and relationship with themselves, abandoning a potential moment of self-exploration connection in pursuit of group cohesion. Whether or not Western chauvinism is truly a celebration of fascism is something for commentators to continue to debate. But there's no denying that a ban on masturbation is an effective way to create a loyal, unquestioning, and frustrated army. So yeah, this came from 2018, y'all. So they said they want them to not masturbate so that they can have a better connection with the people in the group. So they don't want them to masturbate so they can be more connected to the other men. And they can only watch porn or masturbate once a month within a yard of a woman. So I guess they're gonna measure it. I guess they get a yardstick.
Yeah, like how do you, like I said, who's regulating this shit? Who is regulating this? What are we talking about here?
Yeah. Like, and the crazy part is, I'm gonna look up this guy they talking about though, because he was mentioned in that other article. So he's got to be some type of coon for sure. Like, how would he even know these people? I'm gonna look him up. But the thing about it is, I just don't even know. Like, oh yeah, this is about. Oh hell no! I knew it. This is some mixed dude or something. Whatever he is not. This ain't no damn black man. This is what they always do. Lord, the guy that they was talking about, that he was the dude Dante Nero they mentioned in the first article, is saying that he broke ties with them years ago, and then this is the dude who supposedly turned them on to the no masturbation thing. Yeah, this is some mixed dude. Who the hell is this? The hell?
Yeah, that figures. That's typical.
What in the hell?
That's typical. Can't say I'm shocked. Like you said,
This dude is racially ambiguous. He damn near look like The Rock. Like, you don't know what the hell he is. So you don't know what the hell. Talking about a black comedian. Where? Black where? This big old dude. Some big fat dude with these big earrings and those, what do you call it? Those gauge things? The big, like,
them shits with big ass hole. Yeah, I know you talking about. Yeah, they call them gauge.
Yeah, in his ear and all that. Man, what the hell? Hell no. Man, get out of here with that. Get out of here. And I could see somebody like him being down with it, and they'll use him. Like they do that other dude. The Hispanic dude. Y'all, this is crazy. It's exhausting.
Yeah, this is what they do though. They get these little these, I don't even know what to call them. These mixed motherfuckers. They get these mixed motherfuckers and then they present them as motherfucking black. They do this shit all the fucking time. This is how they get shit off all the fucking time. And people wonder why we tripping. They always do that. He's from Brooklyn. It's frustrating. Family, don't go nowhere because it's almost 12 o'clock. And after 12 o'clock, when I bring my birthday in, we're going to recap something. Something happened. We're going to do a quick recap on something, but we're going to wait till after 12. We're going to wait till after 12. We're going to recap something. And we're going to laugh and joke for a little bit. So don't go nowhere because it ain't over. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. But yeah, but I question any black motherfuckers who's riding with this shit. I'm questioning you. Y'all motherfuckers a bunch of weirdos. You motherfuckers a bunch of weirdos, and y'all questionable. There's always a bunch of questionable ass shit with you motherfuckers up on here. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Y'all different. We ain't cut from the same cloth, man. We ain't cut from the same cloth. Y'all motherfuckers be cool with a lot of questionable shit. Y'all don't question none of this suspect shit that be going on. Like, I don't know, man. I just be seeing a whole lot of, oh man, motherfuckers asking motherfuckers, how big is your manhood? You know what I mean? Questionable ass shit like that. Like, you don't ask no grown ass motherfucking man how big he is.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. That is problematic. And Negroes is following this crap. And it's like, and nobody sees a problem with it. They make excuses for this bullshit. And it's like, like I said, man, like, I just start side-eyeing all these motherfuckers. Like, like a lot of you motherfuckers, man, I don't even know what's going on, motherfuckers, anymore when I go over to certain spaces. I don't even know. I don't know. Like, it is funny because, I'm not used to being around dudes. I got a side eye. I'm used to being around motherfuckers I know they ain't on that shit. We on the same page. And I don't know, man. Maybe it's the times we in. Is it the times we in? I don't know. Are these motherfuckers just? I don't know, man. 2020 is crazy.
Yeah. I'm just, I don't even know what to say. I was trying to find out some more information on this guy. But these are the type of people that they use. You know what I'm saying? And prop up. But the whole, oh God. Yeah, this dude is definitely mixed. This is not no black man, period. I don't even know what he is. I have no clue what this man is. Like I said, he puts you in the mind almost of a fat rock. Like a fat, bald rock with a down. Ain't the rock is bald. But, or do we got hair now?
Nah, he bald. He
okay.
bald. His hair, even when he grows his hair in, his hairline is way the fuck back here. Like,
it definitely is. Cause I'm trying to remember him. Cause I feel like I've seen him in something recently with hair. But anyway, and with a big old earring thing in his ear. Oh Lord. Anyway, but y'all, we went in on the debate situation. Let me put this other link in the chat room about fact checking. I'm sorry, I meant to do it sooner, so y'all can do it at your own leisure if you would like to. About from the New York Times about them basically fact checking like 1 million of the claims that were made by both candidates, and a lot of lies were told. Let me put this in here. Yeah, y'all. So we had to go in. We had to go in on this whole thing.
What article is that you just posted?
Oh, that's for the fact check.
Oh, okay.
Fact check from. See, SYKO do not be listening to me, y'all. I'm gonna put him on blast. He do not be listening to me.
That's a lie.
And that's a Libra, and that's such a Libra thing too. Let me tell y'all, that's definitely a Libra thing too. A Libra, honey, because they're Libra, so they be in their thoughts a lot, and they like be thinking this and they over there, and you say something to them and they'll be like, Now, mind you, I can say this because I was raised by a Libra, okay? One of my parents is a Libra. So, and my mom. And they're like, they'll be listening. They not really hearing what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? They hear you, but they're not listening, rather. And they'll be like, And then you be like, what I say? And they'll say something you said like minutes and minutes ago. And then like you said the dude ain't black.
Y'all, she lying. She be blowing shit.
You said the dude ain't black, and I'm like, Psycho, I done said a million things since then. Like, you didn't hear what I said. And then, no, say it again. I was doing this thing, and y'all, I be saying all kinds of stuff.
Blowing shit.
And then I be like, you hear me? He be like, and didn't hear not a thing.
Renee know that Renee, she gotta stop blowing shit up, man. She leaves out the part where people be multitasking and doing things, and they trying to listen to you and do other things at the same time. And you know, sometimes when you multitasking, you might miss a certain part, something somebody said, and everything else. And she got a good knack of saying that shit when I'm like multitasking. Like she knows when I'm multitasking, then she start wanting to grill me and shit on everything I heard and everything. Like she full of crap. Renee full of crap. And I agree with what you said, because I might have missed like the last end of a sentence that she said, and this I ain't hear nothing else. She'll swear I ain't hear none of it because I missed like the ass end of a sentence she said or whatever. Again, multitasking. But they be blowing shit. Don't listen to Renee.
And he like, what? Now I heard you, but okay, what? And then he be trying to play it off to keep from saying he didn't hear me. Like, say it again. Why I need to say it again if you heard me?
Because I missed the last part.
Just say it again. I'll be like, the last part till when? Just tell me again. Yeah, exactly.
All right. I ain't messing with you right now, Renee. It's officially my birthday now. Get on your job. It's my day now. You ain't gonna be ripping me on my day, okay? That's what you ain't gonna do. Right? You can do it. You can do it on the 3rd, but not on the 2nd. Goddamn it! That's just what it is. All right. Happy birthday to me, motherfuckers. Happy birthday to me.
Machiavellianist, Illuminati, all through your body. The blows like a 12-gauge shot it. Feel me? And God said he should send his one begotten son to lead the wild into the ways of the man. Follow me. Eat my flesh of my flesh. Come with me. Hail Mary, run quick, see. What do we have here now? Ride or die. La 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 la. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting pussy. Picture paragraphs unloaded, wise words being quoted. Peep the weakness in the rap game and sold it. Bow down, pray to God, hoping that he's listening. Seeing niggas coming for me, my diamonds when they glistening. Now pay attention, best me peace, Father. I'm a ghost, these killing fields. Hail Mary, catch me if I go. Let's go deep inside the solitary mind of a madman. Screams in the dark, evil lurks, enemies see me
bleed. Alright, there you go. Happy birthday to me, goddammit. There you go. Renee, you there?
I'm here. Happy birthday, Psycho. Happy birthday to Hip Hop Psycho. Not to mention this year, we told you earlier, but Psycho hit 100,000. Congratulations to him on his hip hop channel earlier this year.
Earlier this year,
Happy quarantine birthday, because we still kind of quarantining to some degree out here, and so again, shout out to Psycho. And Psycho be driving me crazy, y'all, but the Psycho, that's just like my other part. So we just be in sync on so much stuff, like it's just been crazy over this whole year because it's been so much stuff that's happened. It's been a lot of bad things that's happened this year. But one thing that's always consistent, Psycho is always consistent. He's always there. He be having my back. And, Psycho's just super dope. So, I give him a hard time. Sometimes he deserve it. But, I can be a demanding person a little bit sometimes.
little bit?
Yeah, just a tiny bit.
I'll roll with a little bit. We can roll with that for today.
Not much, just a tad bit sometimes. But SYKO was like, y'all, he is very, he doesn't like ruffle easily. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all, but when SYKO is ticked, it's over with. It's over with. Shut down the damn shop. It's done. It's wraps. Ain't nothing happening. Like, and then when he really on something, he passionate about it, you better just be quiet, okay? You better not say nothing. You better accept it, because see, some of y'all think, oh, SYKO's so nice, he's so chill, and he is. But he got two, honey, because we all got two sides, but honey, he got that other side too. And y'all be hearing it when he be going in and stuff. And but the thing is, he is still always very reasonable. He's still very reasonable, and that's, I think, too, like a Libra trait, is that y'all try to be balanced, So like, just as much as he can be chill and calm, he can turn up to that same degree. So he has that balance there, and even when he, is strong in his arguments, people always still try to hear what other people, the other person has to say, and try to like make a compromise with, the whole situation. But, SYKO is like my best friend. Like, me and SYKO are really close, and he's just a really good support system, and he's just really there for me, and we're there for each other. But SYKO's super dope. So happy birthday to you.
All right, I appreciate all
and
that.
I don't say too many nice things a lot. But so write it down, y'all. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Yeah, I appreciate all that. I mean, shout out to everybody out there. Give me all the happy birthday shout outs in the chat. Shout out to all y'all. Appreciate all y'all. Nothing but love. I appreciate it. I promised y'all we was going to give y'all some shit after my birthday hit, and here it go. We got an update, family. Another update. Y'all know we was on, I was on this shit early. I was on this shit the day after it happened. But boy, shit came into fruition this week. But no other than motherfucking, we had a resurrection happen, family. A resurrection happened within the last week. Sun Saray is now officially resurrected from the dead. Just like we knew she would be. Oh yes, family, oh yes. That's right. We was on this early. Yeah. We was on this early. And for those that don't know, some of y'all might not have been here, so maybe y'all don't know, but Sun Saray, a YouTuber.
Real big YouTuber. Well, a little YouTuber.
But she ain't really a big YouTuber. Nah. Not a big YouTuber. She about medium-sized.
Real little YouTuber, yeah.
Yeah, about medium YouTuber. Because she been around for a while. So, she was able to accumulate some things. So, yeah, she about mid-tier YouTuber. Right? But, you know what I mean? But, yeah, she was around, and, she was getting harassed. And she was doing some harassing as well. She's not innocent in none of this. She's a part of it. She's a part of the beast sector / troll sector, where they kind of just do all kinds of fucked up shit to each other, and they just keep coming back for more. It's a little bit disturbing and dysfunctional, but that's a whole different video. But she's a part of this weird ass sector, and she decided one day that she was just gonna up and just say, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just pretend like I'm going to end it all. I'm going to pretend like I'm going to end it all, and that's it, and I'm done. I'm done. And then when she did this, I started noticing a bunch of clues everywhere. Because like I said back there, I was saying it again, she was definitely on her Riddler shit. And for the people that wasn't around, I'm about to give y'all a recap, and it's going to be an episode of Black Man Meets the Riddler. So let's get into the recap, family, and then we can discuss what actually happened afterwards. All right, so yeah, so let's. Oh damn, you know what? Yeah, we was steady talking, and they ain't hear none of it. Y'all ain't hear none of that, did y'all? They ain't hear none of it. Nah, they ain't hear none of it. Did they hear it?
I think so.
Oh, they did hear it. Okay, y'all heard it? Okay, somebody was saying, okay, yeah, they did hear it. All right. Yeah, so family, I don't know why this happened like that. But okay, so family, yeah, so we're about to get into it right now. Here we go. This is going to be the recap. Let's get into it. You heard it all? Okay, cool. All right, good, because I didn't want to have to repeat that. So, all right, so here we go, family. We're about to get into it. This episode of Meets the Riddler. Let's get into it.
One, two, three.
Yeah!
Move up, move it, move up, move it, move up, move it, move up. Well, she sneaks around the world, from Birmingham to Carolina. She's a sticky finger filter from Berlin down to Belize. She'll take you for a ride on a slow boat to China. Tell me where in the world is
Sunsurray.
It's only South Korea, baby, not in Korea. Come from the Red Sea to Greenland, we'll be singing the blues. We'll be in the Arkansas, still the beat come from a jungle. Tell me where in the world is
Sunsurray.
She go from Nashville to Norway, but air to Zimbabwe, Chicago to Czechoslovakia and back. Well, she'll ransack Pakistan and Afghanistan and Scandinavia, then just stick 'em up down under and go big pocket bird. She was a missing misdemeanor when she stole the beans from Lima. Tell me where in the world is
Sunsurray.
Tell me where in the world. Come on, tell me where can she be? Botswana to Thailand, Milan via Amsterdam, Bali to Bali, Ohio. Oh, whoa. Oh, Warren. Oh, Warren. Oh, Warren. Oh, Warren. Ooh, the chain. Ooh, the chain. Oh, let it make us again. 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 Friday at 5. She flies around the globe and she'll with them every nation. She's a double-dealing diva with a taste for favoring. Her itinerary's loaded with moving violations. Tell me where in the world is
Sunsurray.
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 Tell me where in the world is Where can she be?
Sunsurray.
Tell me where in the world is
Sunsurray.
Watch your back.
Yo, B, they ready. Let's go. Feeling myself. I'm 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 feeling my.
I'm with some hood girls looking back at it, and a good girl in my tax bracket. Got a black card and let sex have it. These Chanel bags is a bad habit. I do balls, down Mavericks. My Maybach, black matted. Bitch never left, but I'm back at it, and I'm feeling myself. Jack Rabbit, feeling myself. Back off, cause I'm feeling myself. Jack off. He be thinking about me when he wax off. Wax on? That national anthem, hats off. Then I curve that nigga like a bad horse. Let me get a number 2 with some Max sauce, or on a run tour with my mask off.
I'm feeling myself. 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 I'm feeling my. Change the game when that digital drop. Know where you was when that digital popped. I stopped the world. Male or female, it make no difference. I stopped the world. World stop. Carry on.
Kitty on fleek, pretty on fleek. Pretty gang, always keep them niggas on geek. Biting through Texas, feed him for his breakfast. Every time I whip it, I be talking so reckless. He said, damn, Nicky, it's tight. I said, yeah, nigga, you right. He said, damn, babe, you so little, but you be really taking that pipe. I said, yes, daddy, I do. Give me brain like NYU. I said, teach me, nigga, teach me. All this learning here is by you.
I'm whipping that work, he digging that work. I got it. 36 to that real, pinky full of that bounce, baby. Come get you some of that bounce, baby. I'm feeling myself. 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 I'm feeling my.
Cooking up the bass, looking like a kilo. He just wanna taste, digging up my ego. Talking about that hot grade, baby, hold up. I can kill your migraine. Bitches ain't got punchlines or flow. I have both in an empire also. Keep getting gifts from Santa Claus at the North Pole. Today I'm icy, but I'm praying for some more snow. Let that hoe, let that hoe know. He in love with that cook. Why these bitches don't ever be learning? You bitches will never get what I be earning. I'm still getting plaques from my records that's urban. Ain't gotta rely on top 40. I am a rap legend. Just go ask the kings of rap. Who is the queen and things of that nature? Look at my finger, that is a glacier. Hits like a laser. Dripping on that work. Tripping off that perk, flipping up my skirt, and I be whipping all that work. Taking trips with all them keys, car keys got bees. Stinging with the queen bee, and we be whipping all of that tea. Cause we dope girls, we flawless. We the poster girls for owlets. We run around with them bowlers. Only real niggas in my cowlers. I'm the big kahuna. Go let them whores know. Just on this song alone, bitches on her 4th floor. You like it, don't you? Snitches. Young Money.
Machiavellianist, Illuminati, all through your body. The blows like a 12-gauge shot. Feel me? And God said he should send his one begotten son to lead the wild into the ways of the man. Follow me. Eat my flesh of my flesh. Come with me. Hail Mary, run quick, see. What do we have here now? I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to
There y'all go, family. And there y'all go. Know what I mean? That's the recap. It might have been a lot to soak in if you knew to what the fuck is going on. The people that already know, this is just a refresher. But yes, apparently, family, since this so-called death of hers, she has now come back on a OnlyFans account where she left some post somewhere over there. I think it was on her OnlyFans. I don't know where the fuck she left this post that I saw Taz reading earlier. But she left some long, drawn out post trying to explain her disappearance all this time and saying, you know, it's her fault for letting this fester for so long. She should have told people sooner that this was a mistake and just a horrible rumor being spread that she has nothing to do with. You know, completely not taking ownership in nothing. I mean, I knew something was wrong last week when I noticed a channel just went live out the clear blue sky. Just went live, like the channel just went live. The avatar was changed. The avatar's changed. Now, this chick's supposed to be dead, but somehow or another, the avatar's changed. I guess it was your friendly neighborhood moderator, Mark. But whoever.
Yeah, that was the friendly neighborhood moderator, Mark, that did that. That was not her, Psycho, and you know it wasn't.
It could have been. I'm assuming it was. Yeah, huh?
I said, you know that lady gone. R.I.P.
Yeah, all right, whatever. But yeah, so she got an OnlyFans. She came out with a song over the last week. She dropped the song. I should have grabbed the song and played it. Yeah, I don't even know if Renee heard it. Renee, did you hear the song? She actually had a song that she had came out in the last week. Renee didn't even listen.
I seen something about it, but I didn't hear it yet. No.
Yeah, she actually had a song.
She had a song.
Yes.
Like, what the hell?
Yes, she is bisexual. Yes, D.A.B.A.T.E. And yes, she dropped the song. She has an OnlyFans.
Yeah, so now ghosts make OnlyFans, right?
Yeah.
If you a ghost, you can make an OnlyFans, y'all.
Right. And then she went live and didn't say a fucking word. The live stream was just running for 5 minutes with a black screen and nobody saying nothing. And then she ended it.
Psycho had sent me the link because I think we had just got out. It was real early. What time was it?
It was like, I don't know, it wasn't too early for me because I get up early. But it was like about 8 o'clock, some shit like that, like 8, 9.
Oh, okay, yeah. And he had sent it. I seen it later and went back here. She took it down. Or the moderator Mark took it down.
Yeah, we gotta be specific here. Yeah, it was the moderator Mark. Allegedly. But yeah, family, you know, I just wanted to update y'all on this. Like, you know, the resurrection did happen. You know, I guess I should give her a little bit of credit because I didn't think it was going to last past the summer. I didn't think she'll make it past the summer without being resurrected, but somehow or another she made it to the fall. So I guess I should give her a little bit of credit for holding out longer than I actually anticipated. You know, because this happened the end of April. The end of April, beginning of May, this shit happened, right? So that's about what, like 5 months ago. So yeah, I thought she only lasted about 2 months. She actually lasted an extra 3.
She stayed dead a lot longer than I thought. She was actually dead longer than, you know, initially I thought. Like Psycho said, we was like, yeah, it'll be a couple months, or, you know, it won't be, you know, we didn't think she'd make it through the summer, but she stayed dead. You know, she was dead for some months. Girl, R.I.P. She was there for a few months.
That's the only thing I could give her. That's the only thing I could give her. I give her credit for lasting longer than I thought she would last. But I knew she wouldn't last forever. I knew she would come back. No. Yeah, I knew she would come back. I'm like, ain't no way in hell that narcissistic individual is going to sit up here and just stay gone forever. It's just not going to happen. She's going to milk this death as long as she can milk it for. But she's going to try to stay away, and then that narcissism is going to get the best of her, and her ass is going to be back. She's going to be back.
She said, I'm getting the hell up out of this grave. I know that damn much. I want to know her secret because a lot of us have lost people that we love. You know, we've lost loved ones. And I want to know her secret. How was she able to come back from the dead? Because, shoot, don't all of us want to know? Because one day, if it's our time, shoot, we want to be able to come back too. Like, girl, don't be keeping your secret. We can have family members come back. We can keep it for ourselves. Shoot, I need to know.
Facts.
I want to know what's good. Sitting there making a damn OnlyFans.
Where's your Lazarus pit at? Where's your Lazarus pit located at? I need to know these things.
You know what? She might be a good case for a lot of the Christians out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they
somebody
say,
died and came back to life. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. They can use her as an example because she can tell us what happened in the afterlife.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, for real, like, she really need to come clean where her pet cemetery's at. I need to know where her pet cemetery's at so we can make some money off this shit. We can make some money burying people in this pet cemetery and bringing them back to life. You know what I mean? Got them heroes out there.
What in the hell? Listen, you stupid. Yeah, because that's maybe something she can do now. Sasha, if you listening, girl, write your book. Write your book on how you came back, you know, from to life and what the afterlife was like. Because that's been a debate going on for centuries of what happens in the afterlife. But you actually know. Like, you actually was gone for months. Like, you died for months. Like, girl, let us know. You can make some big money on that. But I do want to say, y'all, 2020, before we were getting ready to get out of here, happy birthday to SYKO. Y'all, 2020 has been a hell of a year. It's been a hell of a year. Like, it's kind of like you just waiting, like, what's the next thing? You feel me? Like, it's so much stuff that's happened. And now, y'all, hopefully something happens that I've been hoping. What happened? Hopefully, it may happen. That Trump get coronavirus. Ooh, come on, y'all. It might happen because, you know,
you might have had it already while you go through it.
No. His advisor, Hope Hicks, is positive for coronavirus, y'all. And she was just traveling with him, in close contact with him on the plane. I mean, just within the last couple days, y'all. She was one of the close people with him. And baby, she done came down with Rona. And so now they saying he has to quarantine. The president will be in quarantine, y'all, for 14 days. I think it's 10 to 14 days. He will be, I know, Shatera, listen, says fingers crossed, you feel me? I'm not even on this, fingers crossed. Because, see, I want him to have it bad, see. Because he took all these people that died and got sick for granted. He was out here lying. Plus, you know, all his little followers and stuff, they don't believe it's real. So let him come down. And remember, he got the cure, right? He didn't save Herman Cain, but maybe it's going to cure hydroxychloroquine, right? Maybe that's all he got to do is take that. But yeah, y'all. So that would just top out. That would just help this year that much more if Trump got coronavirus. Like, man, that would be a highlight of the year for me. But yeah, it might be the case. They ain't released yet whether he got it or not, and they know because they got access to rapid testing. And by the fact that they haven't said that, I don't think yet. I feel like, Y'all talking about people wearing masks. He wasn't supporting it and all that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. But anywho.
Yeah. So yeah, you got anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
No, nothing else I want to say. Just that, you know, we go, y'all. Oh yeah, I do. I'm sorry. You know, I always got something to say. But y'all be looking out for the debate channel. I think SYKO's gonna probably put it up once again. But y'all check it out. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all like this stream if you have not already. Share it if you can, please. Share it if you care, because y'all know we be getting shadow banned and all that jazz. And over here, we keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing it for a buck. That's why we can keep it a buck. And I need to put that on the shirt for real. That's gonna be our new slogan. How about that? Okay, I just got our new slogan. But yeah, so y'all check out the debate channel. I'm gonna put the email in the chat here in just a second. But yeah, y'all let us know. Hit us up if y'all would like to participate, if it's a particular topic you're interested in, or whatever the case may be. So we're gonna be getting that popping. Hopefully about the week of the October 12th. We're looking at that week to start. So just let us know. Other than that, happy birthday, happy born day again, happy Earth Day to SYKO, and shout out to all the Libras. And that's it. I love y'all. Stay black, stay proud, and stay safe, y'all. But yeah, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, family, if you haven't already, please click like, share, and subscribe. It's very important that you do that. You know what I mean? Clicking like keeps us in the algorithm. Sharing lets people know we over here. And subscribing is also important so you can be on top of everything that we're doing. But the best way to keep on top of everything that we're doing is actually to hit that notification bell. Please do not forget to hit that notification bell and click all. And because earlier I scheduled one stream and it ended up being another, and yeah, if you had the notifications, you kind of was able to figure out something wasn't right. But yeah, so I gotta try to figure this out. YouTube be playing. I don't even want to get on YouTube. YouTube always changing shit that ain't. They're always trying to fix something that ain't broke. YouTube is infamous for this. But don't even get me started. Anyways, to my haters out there, now is the time. If you had any issues with anything we said tonight, you know, whether you were a butthurt trumpet, or a butthurt liberal, or maybe you are a pathetic suspect proud boy who can't masturbate whenever he feel like it, I don't know. If you any of these things, or maybe you got an issue with my birthday, maybe you got an issue with the day that I was born, you wish I wasn't here. Any of that shit, if you fall under any of these categories, please, by all means, express yourself by clicking dislike. Please still share this motherfucker. And then you should probably kindly unsubscribe. Because if you're clicking dislike on, you know, anything you heard tonight, then I know there's a good chance you ain't on none of these motherfuckers right. And I don't know why my shit is tweaking right now, but yeah. Let's see. Also, family, please consider following me on Patreon. You know what I mean? Please consider becoming a Patreon. You have access to any stream I do, whether I keep it up or take it down. I also have exclusive content on there. I also don't have no limits on there. Whatever you feel like the channel's worth, that's what you donate. And I appreciate all donations given. All donations given does go towards the production of the show as usual. You know what I mean? Y'all help get this channel together so we can do some things. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all. And yeah, also family, please follow me on Twitter and the gram at SYKOPATHeist, spelled the same way as the channel. Also, please, like Renee said earlier, please subscribe to all our channels. You know what I mean? And please don't forget to subscribe to the new channel, the debate channel. You know what I'm saying? So you can keep up with everything we doing, regardless of what channel we on. And this one's we're going to be trying to do some things over here. So be sure don't not miss out. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's very important. Also, family, as always, if you're looking for any graphics, artwork designs, or logos, please consider hitting up our sister Renee at Renee Black Graphics on Facebook. Also, if you're looking for any graphics, any coffee mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, all custom designs, please consider hitting up a store as well. All these links will be in the description, just like everything else. And yeah, family, I'll see y'all on Saturday on the Wake and Bake build. So that'll be the next stream we do over here. You know what I mean? So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, this was another episode of the RBG Pill Show. You know what I mean? You know, we gonna try to get on a new schedule as well. Be on the lookout for that too. We're gonna be trying to go on a little bit earlier. We ain't gonna say exactly what time yet, but be on the lookout for that too. That should be starting next week. All right. And yeah, those are all the announcements. I think I got all the announcements out there. Yes. And yeah, as always, family, I want to give a peace and black power out there to everybody. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody who came through. Appreciated all the love with the super chats. Everybody out in the comments giving me happy birthday shout outs. I appreciate all y'all. Shout out to all y'all for coming through. Shout out to everybody in the clouds for listening. Shout out to all my haters. I want to give a peace and black power out there. I look black at your boy and your girl. We out.